everybody. I'm Game Master Aphi. And this is Thirsty Sword Lesbians' second shot.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So we're just going to quickly go around the table again. Everybody's going to introduce themselves and their character, and then we'll get right into it with a recap of what happened in the first shot. So we'll start with Kayla.
I had just muted my microphone because my dog was barking. Sorry. Hi,
okay.
I'm Kayla. I'm from Potions Potpourri, one of the two. I am playing Iris, the infamous. And she is looking fine in her silver ball gown, ready to go to the ball.
Yes, she is. Keisha.
Hello, I am Keisha, the other half of Potions Potpourri. I'm playing Lustra, the beast. And it's kind of fun because she has strings on like literally everybody. She low-key kind of wants an orgy with these gals. She is tonight sporting a very tight, like caged type of dress that she like kind of shredded very seductively, and yeah, she's ready to romp.
Becky.
Hi, Beats by Becky, and tonight I am playing Gala, the scoundrel. And Gala is currently wearing like a three-piece suit. So like it's like matching black jacket and pants with that like pirate shirt, but it's like the really like fluffy, kind of curly like fabric that's around the collar. Looking like Captain Hook, essentially. If Captain Hook was a little goth.
I mean, if you've seen Once Upon a Time.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's pretty fair.
Sebastian Stan was in that.
Yes, he was.
Emmy-nominated actor Sebastian Stan.
Yeah. Maggie?
I'm Maggie / Hollow Eyes, and I will be playing Jazz, and they are a jazz musician. I'm very creative, and they're the chosen, so they are kind of leading the rebellion into this foray at the ball soon. And they used to be quite well liked until they started dissenting due to the water crisis. They actually have a book out that they had in the library at the last place that's considered contraband now. So that's pretty cool. They're wearing a blue dress inspired by Iris Van Herpen, who is a very cool designer who 3D prints dresses, so they kind of move in a different way than traditional fabric might.
They're very cool.
And
go look at them up.
yeah, they also are wearing like a kind of like trying to disguise their face. Before they had like a Groucho Marx glasses and nose situation on, but I think we changed it to like a veil, a scarf situation because fashion.
It was sunglasses with something on the bottom or something.
Yeah,
I remember the
like,
sunglasses part.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen, I think it's Billy Porter who had that like cowboy hat that moves?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but it's sunglasses.
For sure. Artemis.
Yeah, so I'm Artemis, and I'm playing Veda. She is the little nature witch, and she's just a little guy, and she's very innocent and naive, and yeah.
What's she wearing?
She's wearing a purple, like, sort of ball gown that sort of goes off the shoulders and, like, shows off the girls a little bit, and is very free-flowing, and she's not wearing any shoes.
Nice. And last but not least, Kay.
I'm Kay.
There you go.
I'm from Hammer, and tonight I'm playing Izala, the Devoted. And everyone kind of came together to help Izala construct a gown to cover her sinful bits.
Yes, and by sinful bits, pretty much everything from here down.
Yeah, it was a mess at first, but we at least made it wearable.
It's all sinful.
Skin is sinful, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Just a much more fun package to unwrap.
There it is.
Be like a boneless chicken nugget. No skin on. Grilled.
All right. So where we last left off, you all had prepared yourselves for the balls using Christine's wardrobe. Now, Christine has a couple of her own strings on some of the players, Veda and Galilee in particular. She will be attending the ball as well, where she will see the person who very recently shared her bed and the other person with whom she grew up with. So it's going to be an interesting evening.
Yeah.
Some of the other NPCs that we have in the works with strings as well. We have Mal Drake Conia. I knew I would say that funny. Drake Conia, who is the general of the Cisterf forces, and possibly an ex-lover of Iris. We also have President Drake Draconian, who is Mal's brother, who is the president of Cisterf, also is Zala's cousin. Which, of course, means Mal is also Zala's cousin. We have a couple other that are in the works. But mainly I want to mention shout out to Icarus, the very, very adorable red squirrel that Veda carries around.
Aw,
He's my baby.
Icarus.
But yeah, so we are picking up now. It is coming close to evening. The fountains are flowing freely. The river is clear and beginning to reflect the moonlight above. And everyone who is anyone is starting to head towards the main fortress within Cisterf. People like yourselves are decked out in their Sunday best, if you'll forgive the phrase. They are gowns, suits, tuxes, whatever they could find or trade for in order to appear to be what would have been considered about 6 years ago the high and mighty, the 1%. And you are also on your way there. How would you like to proceed with actually entering the venue?
Are we
So
traveling
is it?
there?
We're walking, right?
It would be
We're just
walking.
walking over?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Is it Jasmine and myself that have masks on?
I believe so,
believe
yes.
so.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would hope so.
Yes, the face scarf that I think somebody was wearing, I can't remember who, I apologize, but that's now been converted into a snood for Azala. So it's also covering her sinful hair.
Snoofed.
How tall is lady who was sleeping around that we just stole clothes from, but with permission?
It's
Christine?
steel clothes.
How tall is Christine?
We stole with permission.
Stolen.
Yeah.
Well, she watched you do it, yes.
Yeah.
Christine is about 5'6".
Okay. As
However,
we're walking, Jasmine is yes.
sorry, the clothes, they're not all meant for a 5'6" person of her stature. It was kind of like, ooh, that's pretty, I'm gonna take it or trade for it. And
Okay.
yeah, some of it is not made for her size. It's either too big or too small.
So like, I could have found like a shoe that fits.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. I would still go. These heels, they're quite a lot. Should have brought flats.
You can always turn them into flats if you need.
I don't think it works that way.
Well, if you're strong enough, it does.
No,
Just do what I
I'm
did,
not
and she like
wrong.
sticks her foot out.
About that, let's just go in before anything else kind of falls off of us. You know.
All right.
Yeah, well, I probably know the way in. Well, I mean, it's probably obvious because it's probably just one entrance, but
Essentially, yes. If you are taking the main entrance, there is a queue that has formed, and you can see at the front that they are checking invitations.
we have those.
Do you?
No, we don't.
I think we do.
No, we don't.
Do we not? Oh.
No, because somebody was gonna try and talk their way in when we got here.
Somebody.
Would I know a secret way in?
Make a wits check.
Oh, that's surprisingly not Galilee's strongest. 10.
All right,
Ooh.
so that's an upbeat, which means that you succeed without any consequences. You are aware that there are sewers that will take you in and under the fortress, and then you'll be able to make your way up from like the lower levels of the fortress. You may just not smell too great.
We're gonna smell really bad, but we will surely get in. Is it gonna be like the last time? Probably. Will some of us get hurt? Probably. However, it's the easiest way to go about it. Unless someone has like 6 tickets.
Who's checking the tickets? What do they look like? Are they just like guards? Do they seem maybe enticable?
Everyone is enticable if you try hard enough, but yeah, they just seem like your standard red shirt.
Okay.
That was a Star Trek reference for anybody who didn't get it.
I did not get it.
Standard guard, kind of expendable, unnamed.
I'm just reading some stuff real quick.
Red shirt number 4.
Veda sort of looks over at Azala.
We could probably talk our way in, you guys. I'm pretty confident in it.
Veda looks over at Azala and she says,
"Hold on one second.
You're kind of important around here. Can't you maybe tell them to let us in?"
I could try, but I'm not so sure they'd listen to me. We haven't always been on the best of terms.
They'd probably listen to me. But probably both of us together.
They might listen to both of us. Maybe.
I think we should try. But also, you're pretty, covered.
I can do some social stuff with my playbook. If you were to just, view me through my skills in, a written format, I would be able to do things.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's roll up to the club.
So you're going front
I don't really want to ruin my dress at all, so I'd rather go in the front door if we can.
Fine. Well, it's a good backup plan.
It is.
Yeah. It's always good to have a backup plan through the back door.
Was that a sewer joke?
It's a backdoor joke.
It was
Jesus
both.
Christ.
Also, yes.
Can we just get into the role? I can't do this. I can't do it. It's been a long day.
All right, so joining the queue to the front door, it doesn't take you long before you are standing between the 2 guards who are checking invitations. One of them recognizes Iris. She has a very recognizable body. As we discovered in the previous game, the previous shot, she is very hourglass figure, and the hourglass is very, very thick. So, very recognizable figure. And he immediately snaps to attention. The other guard, who looks like newer, you don't recognize them. He just kind of frowns at his companion and is like, "What are you doing?" It's Iris.
I would just try and walk through if that's the case. If I know that they recognize me, I just wouldn't even acknowledge them and almost pretend like I'm escorting everybody behind me and just walk in if I can.
Okay. So roll a spirit check for me.
Oh, that is a 13.
Nice. You and your party make it past the guards without any questioning.
Pew, 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 pew.
Nobody looks at you other than to salute you. Nobody looks at your friends. All eyes are on you, Iris.
And I don't even acknowledge them. I just keep my nose up and walk in like I belong there, because I do.
You do belong there.
Offended that nobody's looking at me. A little bit
Aw.
offended about that, but that's fine. We're in.
You'll have
Nobody
your
is looking
time to
at you.
shine, dear.
Guess I gotta try harder, and I just like rip a little bit more so that even more just kind of like is showing.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Wait,
my.
like the chest? Is your heart on display, literally?
Oh yeah, I'm making sure that's pretty much on display, like almost bursting out at this point. But there's just enough to keep everything in.
Okay.
Barely.
And like the lower portion was that cut down as well? I know it was cut down a little bit for a scarf
Oh
for
yeah,
Azela.
you can totally see the sides of my thighs, and like it leaves very little to be desired. Like everything, like is basically on display without being totally naked.
All right. Okay. Just making sure that that's where we're at right now.
Oh yeah.
Let me
Yes.
just double check something in your playbook.
Okay. Oh, I know. I'm getting pretty
Oh no,
close.
Keisha, no!
Okay, you're gonna increase your feral.
Okay. Cool.
Oh,
How many
no.
feral
But you
points
at
are you at?
3 now?
I think you're at
Uh,
3,
I think I'm at 3.
possibly 4, but we'll go with 3
Ooh.
because
What happens when you reach the threshold, Keisha? And what is said threshold?
I think you're
She
gonna find out
bursts.
pretty soon.
Oh no.
Us wide
That's quite
open.
ominous.
Need to tone it down, but it's just so good.
It feels good to be bad.
It does.
all right. So just so you know, going forward into the party, your feral decreases when you feel that your bestial nature has hurt someone you care about, or you go along with an uncomfortable social interaction.
Okay. That's also very likely too. Let's see what happens first.
Yeah, just letting you know, those are your options, or you can continue to be feral and then go feral. All right. So moving into the fortress, the main area that you're led to, well, you more or less follow like the crowd. You're led into a very large ballroom, and here the absolute gluttony of water is on full display. There are like fake waterfalls on either side of the ballroom. There is a fountain up at the front in front of the head table that has like fixtures that are like spouting out on different sides and splashing onto the floor, and nobody seems to mind. It just gets mopped up and then not even recycled or anything. It's just mopped up and put away. There are lots of people here, all dressed in their very, very best. There's lots of glitz. There's makeup. There's things that you are definitely not accustomed to out in the wastelands. There's music being played from actual instruments that have somehow survived everything. And they're not in great condition, but the people playing them aren't doing too bad. Anybody who has a sense of rhythm or tone may disagree.
Jasmine
but...
for sure.
Yeah. I am a jazz connoisseur. I like on the streets they call me Barry B. Benson.
Do they call you that?
Yes, they do.
Would not have guessed.
Aphi, do we know where we're going to look for this water stash?
You absolutely know where it is.
Okay.
The cistern itself, the aquifers, are located beneath the castle, beneath the fortress. You
Okay.
know how to get there. You are sure that given the nature of the party and everything, that they are under heavy guard.
Mm-hmm.
Because water is a resource, water is money. Have to protect the
Okay.
riches.
Great. So, I think we should come up with some kind of plan between us. Any bright ideas from anybody?
I would turn to Iris.
Oh no.
And I would be like, do you know if there's a guard
Oh,
schedule around, hello?
No, you're good. You're good. It just went funky for a minute.
Yeah, pause for a second.
Do I know the guard schedule?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
You know that there's like a rotation, maybe not specifically what it is, because in all likelihood, after you defected, they probably changed a lot of their security protocols.
But,
Yes.
like, would they be smart enough and have the resources to do that, to train and everything? Because, you know, bureaucracy and mismanaging funds and being horrible.
There's probably a good portion. There are obviously going to always be cracks to slip through, but for the majority, they probably most likely, especially in the fortress, would be able to keep that from happening.
So what I'm hearing is we have to slip through the cracks.
Here's my rough idea. Izala and I are the most well-known. I think we could go off on our own and slip through the passageways to the bottom of the castle where the cistern of water is kept. But I think the issue we're going to have is we'll need somebody on the other side to be able to get it out.
Who do we think is the strongest? I mean, Keisha, what is your character's name? Can we just write down everybody's name and character in the active session chat real quick again?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Somebody got that already?
I'm just really bad with names.
I'm using Twitch.
It's been a while.
Aphi's got them on Twitch for us.
Okay, no, I found them. I'm just gonna repaste them in the chat.
Yeah, is there an exit out of that chamber, Aphi, at the bottom of the castle, or do we have to come back up through the party or something?
That you're not sure of. However, make me a smarts check. Wit check. Sorry,
Okay.
Wit check.
Wit. 4.
Okay, mark down an XP.
Cool.
You have no
Okay.
idea.
Yeah, so maybe at the very least we can go down there, Izala, and kind of get the lay of the land, because all I know is where they keep it. I don't know if there's going to be like a secret chamber out, or if we'll be able to get it out not through the main area. What do you think of that?
I can go with you. Yeah. I definitely
What's the plan once we get out of here? Like, where are we going with this?
We burn everything to the ground.
Or do you mean, where are we taking the water? Because we're taking it back out to people who need it to redistribute.
Yeah. Distributing it to the refugees.
Do we have to distribute all of it? I'm just
Can
saying,
we?
maybe just a few gallons you can set aside for me.
I think we can keep some.
I mean, we will be redistributing to ourselves as well to, you know, do the thing called living.
Right, but maybe not. Maybe I wanted more to make a bit of a startup, if you will.
Now, I don't know what Jasmine's plan was, since she was the mastermind here, but I think in the end, the best case is to permanently change the distribution of water out of the Citadel and into the hands of the average people. I mean, that is why I joined the fight after all. So we need a more permanent solution than just a couple gallons of water leaving this place.
Absolutely. All I'm saying is give me a few months while it's still currency.
What if we just dumped it all into the sewers and nobody gets it?
Then we die, and I'm quite frankly not ready for that.
Whoa!
We would actually die, probably. Well, we do not need currency per se. We cannot help our basic human functions in needing water.
Of course, we keep enough for ourselves. And then we leave.
That
More than enough. There's nothing wrong with that. Treat
that
yourself.
would just be wasteful and
Zala, what happened to you in the last hour and a half that we walked here?
She's got a
Right, I
fire
think
lit
I'm-
under her.
I forgot the water wasn't
Influence?
we need water to live. Everybody does. It's one of the great equalizers of society. What makes us human in the barest sense. The need for food, water, a home, and companionship.
Now,
Without that,
Absolutely right.
thing.
we are not human.
Another thing that we need to make sure that we get, or at least that I will be getting, are the schematics of how they built all of this. That is stolen technology from my people, and I'm going to get it back. So even if we don't get at least that, or the actual water here, we should at least have the information on creating these things for ourselves as well.
I think
Lustra, I
that
think
that
I
is-
can point you in the right direction.
I think
Good.
that is also of the utmost importance, if not more important in a way, because if we could get water ourselves, then that would help solve the crisis. Because again, like people were saying, this is just one dip into the pool, per se, if you like metaphors.
Yes, we are relinquishing the water from the greedy and giving it to the needy, but hopefully we can, like I said, permanently dismantle this oppressive control of the water. I've seen
Yeah.
it firsthand. I know what it's like. They have way more than they'll ever need.
They also
And
call me
fine.
Robin Hood, along with Barry B. Benson.
So many names.
You got a lot of names,
That's
Jess.
a lot of names.
It makes it very
I-
hard to make wanted posters. I'm not sure if you saw earlier, but it's just like AKA, and then it's just like a list of names.
Maybe known as. There's like 50 bullet points after that.
Yes, and it goes on to the back too.
Oh my.
I got a lot of names.
You know, it's always a good wanted
Yeah, quite
poster
the
when you
rap
have to
sheet.
flip it over.
Yeah. Oh, there's more.
Okay, so what's the vibe at the party right now, Aphi? Is it busy? Are people dancing? Are they like
doing
indulging?
line dances?
No, nobody's dancing yet. However, there is a lot
Lame.
of booze and water that's flowing. There are some like canapes and snacky foods being carried around by formally white gloved servers. They're a little
Oh, no,
yellowed and
white-
grayed now, but they were white at one point.
The White Glove
Interesting.
Society from Fallout, oh no.
Oh no. Well, I think to at least not attract too much attention, we should mingle a little bit. So it looks like we're actually here for the party.
I immediately go for the snacks.
You approach the nearest server, who is a 5'4", brown-haired, mousy little man who looks up at you and is very confused because you haven't noticed thus far, but there's not really any beasts here.
Hmm.
You saw the badger man in Christina's house.
That's right.
That's right.
Other than that, you haven't really seen any.
Yeah, I think like that thought hitting me just now, I actually like look around and I'm like, oh, interesting.
And you're over here looking all feral on top of it.
I'm on the edge.
On the edge.
Well, anyways.
So
give
he's
me that
holding
platter.
a little tray of... There's some sort of skewer with some sort of meat and cheese, maybe, and like a vegetable on it. There's
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna.
probably about 20 there.
Eat vegetable.
I'll take two
Okay. Okay.
and peel off the vegetable, flick it, and then eat the rest.
Oh no.
He watches the vegetable go flying.
I kind of like pull Gala over. I'm like, you may want to help our friend, and I point to Lustra, just a little bit. You know, she's already attracting a lot of attention, but I'm sure with the right guidance, they'll learn to love her as we have.
Right, and you think I'm the person to diffuse this social interaction? I just
I do.
want
I've
to be
seen
clear.
the way you've interacted.
All right,
Yes,
all
lovely.
right. I'll I'll intervene. And I'll look at this mousy man. Right. I'm just gonna take this from you, and I'm gonna take the tray from this man's hands.
I mean,
right. Just go along. Just go away. Just go.
but
We got it from here. No. Shh.
Lustrous is like,
Shh. Go. Yeah, I boop his nose. It's all right.
Aw.
It's all right. You can go.
and like without another word or an argument, he kind of just continues to touch his nose and like walk away. Like, what the fuck just happened to me?
excellent.
And I'm gonna start eating the snacks with Lustra.
All right. Yes.
Okay.
Sounds about normal.
All
All
right.
right. So
I'm
you
fine with that.
avoid a
Right,
feral
so
thanks to
unnerving.
your friends.
he was just unnerving. Just the presence. I didn't like him. I'm sure he's fine, but we just
Like him.
no.
I love that.
Do I see Christine anywhere?
No, Christine has not yet arrived.
Of course, always fashionably late. Right. Okay.
Veda,
I'm
how are you
also-
feeling about all this?
She'll show up. Don't worry.
Veda's like staying very close to like. She's staying very close to Lustra and Azala, like kind of between the two of them. Those are the two she feels the most comfortable with, so she's just kind of like somewhere between those two.
I'm making sure to like hand out skewers to you. I'm like, come on, Button. You know you want to try.
Oh yeah, Button.
I go in and I
Yes.
just like you know in SpongeBob when they eat the Krabby Patty, what that looks like that.
Yeah.
Do you take the
Big old
skewer out
chunk.
first?
I think I would know enough. Yeah, I just like
Okay.
leave the skewer as I do it.
All right. That's good.
I do not eat the skewer. That's something that Atlas
Like a
would
corn.
That would probably
Like corn
hurt.
on the cob. Like turning it as you're eating it.
do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Actually,
keep
that was a
these
good
skewers
imaginary
and
corn
like
eating.
Oh yeah,
twist
thank
them in
you.
my
I ate a lot of
hair.
corn.
I look at you and I'm like, actually that doesn't look too bad.
right.
Jazz appreciates accessories.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, if you've seen Jazz's sword, you'd know that it's very bejeweled.
Mhm.
I almost said bejazzled. It's like, no, that's not it. Bejeweled.
Bejazzled. That's even
I think
better.
bejazzled is appropriate.
It's excellent. I love it.
I
It's
can't talk
bejazzled.
right now. I'm really tired. But as that's happening, I keep an eye out for El Presidente. Is
Okay.
he around?
You do not see El Presidente yet.
Okay.
However, Iris,
see
you
Mal?
feel a hand curl around your shoulder
Mm.
and give a small squeeze. And
Okay, I
then,
whip around to see who it is.
before you do, the back of the finger kind of like rubs down your arm.
Ugh.
Okay, I get the chills.
Yeah. And then you turn around and Mal is standing there. Where she had been wearing her sort of dragon scale style armor, she is now in this sort of like Jessica Rabbit style dress, like very, very plunging neckline,
Okay.
like almost down to the belly button. Everything is just very secured and, it's not going fucking anywhere. There's probably so much goddamn tape or cement or something in there to make sure that nothing moves. But it's like, it's glittery, but with everything there is that sort of age to it, so it's missing some sequins. There's parts that are kind of permanently rumpled. But yeah, it's very plunging neckline, very high slit on the one leg. Her hair is sort of out and just kind of flowing naturally, very clean.
Of Lustra's skewers that she tied in her hair goes boing. She like appreciates the dress.
Yes, it's a very lovely dress. And She kind of gives you a little bit of a half smile when you turn around.
I raise my eyebrows at her and I kind of look slowly down and then back up. Say, Mal, you look ravishing as always. How are you this evening?
As to you, my love, wherever did you get your dress?
I'm nudging everyone
Oh, a
silently
friend
away,
of
like,
mine.
Come on. Let's leave them.
And I kind of like gesture behind me to all of my friends, and I'm like,
Get lost.
as you can see, we have very good taste.
Yes, Azala, what are you wearing?
This is the best dress I've ever owned.
She looks great.
You don't like it?
You just look very hot.
Oh.
She is hot.
You look very cold.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah. Never mind. I'm sorry. You look very lovely, my dear.
Oh, thank you.
Your father would be he would approve.
Oh, you know how much that means to me.
I know. That's why I said it. And
Mal, will your brother be gracing us with his presence this evening?
Oh, you know Drake. He will be along eventually. Has to make a grand entrance.
We do hope so, yes. Any special plans for your evening tonight?
Well, I suppose that would depend on you.
And why is that?
She kind of just runs her hand up your arm again and then drapes her arm over your shoulder so you're kind of scooched in closer.
Ah.
I'm armed. One word, and I will end you.
I kind of like follow suit. I actually like turn my face into her neck and kind of just like breathe lightly on the side of her neck. And like very gently whisper in her ear, "I'd like to see you try." And then I just like spin away from her and go over and get myself a drink.
She's not gonna let you go.
Okay.
As you spin away, she's gonna try and grab your hand.
Okay.
So what we can do is we can do contested grace rolls.
Mm-hmm.
And whoever gets higher
Oh boy.
essentially gets what they want.
Okay, let's try.
I'm graceful.
I got a 6.
I got an 8. You're not going
Oh.
anywhere. As you spin out, she grabs your hand and then pulls you back in so that your back is against her chest. And she kind of like, again, strokes her fingers down your arm as she sets her chin on your shoulder. One word, Iris. Please, don't make me.
Yeah, okay. Can I use some strings to figure her out right now?
Absolutely.
Okay, I have 3 strings on her, or 2 strings on her. So is it just one string for one action, or what?
Let me just confirm. 1 second.
Oh, this is going on. Lestra's like watching, eating skewers, flicking the vegetables over her shoulder, but she's just whispering to like everybody else. Like,
Galilee's
what's the word?
Galilee's like dodging the vegetables as you are like just absentmindedly like tossing it and like plucking the ones that she didn't dodge out of her hair.
I'd like to try to catch the vegetables as they're falling so they don't hit the floor.
Oh, that's so sweet, Azala.
Okay, Azala, you can do a grace or daring for that, whatever you prefer. For Iris, you're gonna roll wit, and for 1 string, you get a +3.
Okay, I'll do that. Oh no, dice down. Okay, wit.
I got an 11.
An 11? Okay, you have no issue whatsoever. Just kind of like you can kind of gauge when they start flicking the vegetables, and they don't even get anywhere near the floor. You do not look at all like you are bending or stooping to get them. You just kind of snatch them out of the air, and what do you do with them? Are you eating them, or are you like putting them in your
I'll eat
purse?
them. Sure, I'll eat them.
Okay.
That's so badass.
As many as I can.
All right. You have no issues. Like after the first couple, when you realize what they're doing, you're like, oh, well, that's so wasteful. I will just, instead of like just talking to them and being like, just give me the vegetables, I will eat them. No, you're going to do it the difficult way and be like, I'm going to catch them before they hit the floor and eat them that way. That way,
Yep.
I don't put anybody out or make people uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
All right, perfect. All right.
Veda watches all of this happen, and like just about 4 or 5 vegetables in, just like pulls Icarus out of her bag again and like holds them out to Azala so that she can share the vegetables with Icarus.
Oh, he's such a good boy.
Yeah.
He
I
gets
love
as
Icarus.
Icarus gets as many vegetables as he'd like, and I would like to stash him 3 for later.
That is no
Oh.
issue. Like,
Man, you guys are just burning through kebabs over here. Yeah.
Where's the mousy man? I think we're gonna need a new tray.
are you
I
looking for the
know.
mousy man?
Yeah, I'm looking for the mousy man.
Okay. So as you kind of just look around, you see him. He has another tray. It looks to be some other type of canapé. And he's on the other side of the ballroom, having known where he ran into you guys, and is trying to stay very, very far away.
Going towards him. I'm gonna go and get that tray.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get that tray.
I'm walking across that room, beeline.
All right. So we'll come back to that. Iris, you're figuring out Mal. So
Yeah,
what did you
I
roll?
got a 7. I got a
7?
7 for my wit.
Okay. So you may ask 2 questions, but she also gets to ask you 1.
Okay. Just any questions, right? Nothing specific.
Nothing specific. Some of the examples are, what are your feelings towards X? What do you hope to get from X? How could I get to you to X? What do you love the most? How would you feel if I did this?
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so first question is, how does she feel about people outside of the gates going without water?
That's never been my problem.
Okay. And then second question would be, how would I convince her to assist us, or at the very least, turn a blind eye to our cause?
I'm sure there are some things you may be able to do to make me forget all about this interaction.
Name your price.
You.
That's it?
I want you to come home.
Forever.
You're not a prisoner.
I'll have to think on that one.
Why did you leave me behind?
You know that there are much bigger things at stake here than just whatever this could have been. And I must make up for my wicked deeds in the past, and cutting ties with you is one of the first steps in that. Unless you're willing to join the cause, then perhaps we could work something out.
I'll think about it. Dance
Call
with
it
me
a
for now.
stalemate then.
Dance with me for now, and I will think about it.
Were those her questions, by the way?
Yep, she only got 1.
Okay.
All right. So she leads you out onto the dance floor. Nobody else is really dancing at this point, but she obviously does not give 1 single fuck. So
Yeah.
she is happy to lead or let you lead, whatever you prefer.
I think we would take turns. Iris is probably a well-trained dancer.
Okay.
She's been around these sorts of people before. It'd probably be a little bit of like a battle of who leads, you
I
know?
was gonna say it was probably you're leading again. I'm leading this time.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Kind of showing off a little bit as we go, you know?
Yeah. So she'll spin you out, and then when you come back, you take over. Just you move into the more dominant position for leading a dance, or you'll dip her. She comes back up and immediately dips you right back.
Yeah, I take her into a waltz where we're spinning around really quickly. And I'm trying to keep an eye on everybody else while I'm doing this, just to kind of see how the rest of the group is doing.
Okay.
No, you're busy. I'm clinging to Jazz this whole time, like, God, the tension! Just do it!
I have a feeling I'll be writing a song about this later.
Okay, so Galilee.
We're just like eating like popcorn we found somewhere, just like shoveling it.
When someone passes by, just reach out, grab their food, and just eating that.
Yeah.
All right, Galilee, you head for the mousy waiter, who currently has his back to you, and you can see on his tray he has these little pastries that have some sort of jam or jelly in the middle. They're all bite-sized, like, take it one bite, done.
I tap on his shoulder.
Yes, man. Oh, no.
Hi, buddy. How are you?
Would you like...
Are you feeling better? I'm sorry, that was a little rough, but we kind of had a moment. We just needed some time, and you were not helping. So I thought I would just remove the problem from the situation, which, incidentally, was you. But I actually have some questions for you, if you don't mind.
If they have anything to do with what's on the menu, I can help you.
I think you can help more than you think you can. So, how often do, like, the servers or, like, the kitchen staff, like, where do you get your water? Where does that come from here in the castle?
That's how we're paid? We're given rations?
Oh, no, I mean, like, when you need to make something. Like in the kitchens, or...
Oh, the guards usually bring us whatever we need for whatever recipe we're making.
Right, so there's no, like, system within the fortress that would move the water.
I don't think so.
Right, okay.
I've never seen, like, a faucet that works.
But you've seen a faucet?
Yeah.
Like, those are still things here?
Yeah, I mean, this is an old fortress. It dates before the war. It had inside plumbing.
Great. I'm gonna take this. You were little to no help, but I hope you have a great evening. I'm sure I'll see you soon.
I
take the tray.
The other tray? I need to bring the other... Oh. I'm gonna get fired.
And when I bring it back, I assume there's nothing left on the original tray, so I'm just gonna I'm just gonna slide the new one on top of the clear tray.
Alright. So you have these little tarts on the tray that you're welcome to eat. They all have little, like, packages on the bottom for when they were cooking. So you have to get rid of those in order to eat it, or you can eat the foil. That's fine too. Looking at you, Lustra.
Why would you say that?
I have a world question.
What's up?
So, like, plumbing doesn't work in this universe? Like, there's no toilets?
No.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
I was
The
just
outdoors is a better place to poop. Saying from experience. It's great. Just say.
And there's no bidets either.
No.
There are leaves.
All
Just
the
hope you
leaves
don't
are
use
brown,
poison
all
oak.
the skies are gray.
I'm gonna come back to the group and kind of give them that information.
Okay.
Right, I don't know if this will be stupid. It probably is. But if there is a network of pipes, there's got to be points of access in case someone needed to go in and repair those pipes. Most likely leading down, we could probably find a quieter way to get into the aquifers.
I like that idea.
Iris
But I mean,
and Azala, you've been in the fortress before. You've been in the private rooms of the family. they have running water. And obviously, with the waterfalls, there is some method of running water pipes something. So, you feel Galilee's probably on the right track.
He is on the right
Shit.
track. I agree.
I did not think that interaction was going to go anywhere. Incredible.
I mean, it all depended on
Nicely
if you
done.
shared the info or not.
I imagine while you were saying all of that, I'm like very carefully like taking the foil off a pastry, like nodding and kind of like I don't look, but I'm reaching a hand over to Izala and like cupping her chin and bringing her closer so I can feed a pastry. Like, this is really good. I think you'll really like it. Mm-hmm. Yes. Go on.
So as that happens, I get like immediately uncomfortable, but I still eat the pastry because it would be rude to say no. But like I am visually uncomfortable. Like, thank you. That's very nice. I'm good. I don't know if I need another bite. Oh, thank you.
No, they're really good.
Take another tradition.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
How many are you at?
That's 4.
That's 4.
That is 4. I need a pen.
She's traditioning out. Or whatever it is that happens.
All right, I need you to roll a d6.
Uh-oh.
I got a
What do
1.
we need?
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I'm scared.
I'm not
What's so
scared.
bad?
You're scared.
All right, so you return to one tradition,
Okay.
and your commandment of always obey the president becomes a constricting commandment.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
If you act contrary to this commandment, you will incur a condition,
Okay.
Ooh.
depending on what you've done. So this has
Ooh-wee.
become a conviction for you.
But we wouldn't know that, huh?
Nope.
Mm-mm.
I feel more set in my ways.
Yes, you do.
Okay, well, Izala, I think we should try and make our move downstairs to the cistern and see what we can figure out. See if Galilee is right about the pipes. Maybe there is some way we can get them to flow in an opposite direction or something like that. Let's see what we can find out.
She could be onto something. Let's go investigate.
I think so.
All right. So, who specifically is breaking off to try and get to the cisterns? Is it just Iris and Azela?
Are you going
mean,
off
I
to
would-
get the schematics as well?
Okay.
Because I would definitely want to tag along with that.
Okay.
We weren't necessarily, but you can, yeah.
So how are
Or
we?
at least-
What are we splitting up as? We have a group that wants to get a schematics and another group that wants to secure the water.
I want
Could do that
schematics.
way.
That's what
Oh.
I care about.
Yeah, maybe we could all split up like that. But we should probably find like a safe place to meet. Maybe in Azala's chambers or something, since hers is probably the
Yes.
safest bet.
Yes.
I think it would be
very
beneficial.
much want to go there.
I think it would be beneficial if we had a runner who could run in between whoever's splitting up where, be like a line of communication.
Who's the fastest?
What about
Wait,
the
look
guy
at
that
Icarus.
Oh,
Yeah.
the squirrel!
Yeah,
Yeah.
the squirrel, yeah.
So,
Okay,
I,
let's
does
go there.
Icarus
I can communicate
communicate?
with him at I can communicate with him at
Oh,
distance.
Oh,
So-
hell yeah,
Okay.
Icarus.
But
You're born for this job.
how's Icarus going to communicate to the other party members?
Hang on, let me see what it says here.
Charades.
So, because he can do what's considered a basic move, would that be like nodding and shaking his head? Like, could we do yes and no questions?
Yeah, absolutely.
so I would explain that.
Perfect.
Great, that's perfect. Good boy, Icarus, and I give him
I
a
know.
little scritch on his head.
Like, I would go with Lustra then, and I would send Icarus with Azala.
Okay.
If we're gonna split up that way.
Yeah.
I would probably go with Azala.
Okay.
Because she's going to the water, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Jazz's main goal.
Yeah, right. And I actually probably would have suggested that to Jasmine anyways, that they come with us.
Yeah.
Since this is kind of their whole shebang and we're just kind of following along.
Yes, if I need to be martyred, this would be the time.
I actually would probably find that pretty brave of you, Jazz, that you were willing to like put yourself in front with Azala and I, not knowing, what you're headed into. I would probably like that of you quite a bit.
A string?
Thanks for the raid, Cedar. Hello, raiders.
Oh, hi, Cedar.
Hi,
Hi,
Cedar.
Cedar.
Whoop whoop.
See you
Yeah,
on...
can we do strings on that one, Aphi?
If you guys want to give each other strings for that, absolutely.
I definitely want to give you one, Jazz, because I really like you. So if you'd like to give me one as well, it's up to you, but...
That's so gay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's kind of why we're here.
So what do you think, Jazz?
Yeah, I'll come with you as... If somebody has something to give here, it's me, as I'm the one who dragged you all into this, and I want you all to get out, no matter what happens. If somebody has to go down to the sea, I do not mind it being me. I've lived a great life, and I'm very proud of all you for making sure that others in the future will, because without this water, there is no hope. There's no survival, and there's nothing.
Well put, Jasmine.
Well, you get a string from me
Galloway's gonna
because, oh my god, that was a great speech.
Yeah,
Yes,
Galloway's gonna start slow clapping.
Just like the Smash Brothers clap.
Yo, this isn't supposed to be as emotional as Friday nights, okay?
Just wait
Yes,
for
it
it.
is.
I've
a
saved up
competition.
all my angst from a whole week of having fun, and I thrive off of it.
Well, Friday should be fun then because it's our 20th session on Friday, and I've got a bunch of crap planned. So
I am so excited.
Wow.
You have no idea how excited I am.
Man, so we're splitting the party right now, huh?
Yeah, everybody loves splitting the party, especially the DM.
Yay.
Okay. So,
What's
I
Galilee
love
doing?
splitting the party.
Galilee would want to go. Like, Galilee, yeah, it's awesome that she's helping bring water to people who don't have water. However, she also wants some water for herself. So she's probably going to go and secure that water as well. But before I leave, I want to... Would Christine have shown up?
Yeah, look for her. Your bae.
Christine has arrived. It wasn't like a big fanfare or anything. She just sort of slipped in like everybody else. She's dressed in a long black gown that is skin tight from shoulders to like her mid thigh, and then it flares out, so it's the sort of mermaid style again. It's almost a little conservative. There isn't a whole lot of cleave. There's like the little slit at the very top, but that's about it. And yeah, but she has arrived, and she's currently drinking some sort of yellowish liquid out of a glass. It's not pee.
What's our height difference? Is there a large one?
How tall are you?
I would say Galilee's probably around like 5'3".
Okay, so she's 5'6", but she's wearing heels.
Okay.
So she's about 5'9",
Okay.
5'10" right now.
Okay. Alright, great. So, Galilee's gonna look at her companions. Right, I'll just be 1 second. I'll be right back. And she's gonna saunter over and just like kind of quietly kind of like shimmy through people and start like stand side by side to Christine.
Mm-hmm.
Did you match with me on purpose?
Oh.
Thank you, Anonymous, for the $20 for the gaze.
Yay!
Christina sort of, as you sauntered up, it's almost like she was expecting you to appear. Because the moment you arrive, she sort of like puts her arm around your shoulders and just sort of drapes it very casually. And her fingers are kind of doing that thing like right here, kind of rubbing up and down, just intimately, more than a friend would, for example.
All right.
Oh, she's not just a friend. We know that.
No.
You've seen that. Okay.
Well, I saw what you were wearing, and I couldn't resist.
Right, if you keep doing things like this, you're gonna give me ideas.
What kind of ideas?
I'll let you guess for a little while. What's your plan for the evening?
Well,
Other than, the obvious.
Well, I mean, that would depend on what the obvious is.
Schmoozing, drinking, merry
yes,
men.
of course. I intended to leave early, and I did not intend to leave alone.
Right. We'll see how that works out. Is there an equivalent to, like, an insight check in this game?
Yeah, you could do, you would be trying to figure her out, so...
Yes.
It would be a wits check. And if you want to spend a string on it, it would be a +3. Thank you, Latte Alexa, for the donation. I am also thirsty for equality.
Yay!
Oh,
yes.
Thank you, Lexa. I'm not gonna spend a string because it's gonna be a 10.
Okay,
so.
Yeah, that's an upbeat, so super successful. And I shouldn't have gone off this page, but give me a moment. New systems are hard, guys.
You're doing great.
They are.
It's only the second time we've done it, so hang on. All right, so 10 plus, you may ask 2 questions, now or later in the scene.
I know you well enough to know that you don't have, just superficial plans. Like, what do you actually want to have happen for you here at this gala?
I would like for the president to notice me and ask me to marry him immediately.
And what do I have to do to make you want to run away with me?
Ask me to marry you immediately.
Oh,
all right, yeah, marry me. Yeah, sorry, marry me. I'm about to come into some water. I think it's gonna be great.
To come into some water.
Literally, figuratively, whatever you want. Truly.
Nailed it.
She sort of like leans back and is staring down at you. She'd said it more as a joke, but now that you've sort of put it out there, the water aside, she looks like, okay. Where are we going?
Wherever you want.
Anywhere with you?
Then we're gonna follow the wind. But tonight, we're gonna follow the current. So please don't marry the president. I will be back.
Okay.
And I'm serious. We're gonna get married. And I'm gonna, does she have like a question? Doesn't she need to ask me something? Or
no, because you rolled a 10, she does not get to ask you a question.
Okay, incredible. I'm gonna like quickly I'm gonna turn on my heels and start leaving, but I'm gonna stop and be like, oh, I just proposed to somebody. And then I'm gonna turn around, give her a quick little kiss, and then frolic away.
See you soon.
Right, let's get some water. I've got a bit of an there's a thing. We need to get the water.
Lee, you're positively glowing right now. Seems like a positive interaction for you.
Am I getting married? Yes.
Ah!
Maybe. I don't know. It's gonna depend on her.
Well, this should be your
some water.
bachelorette party then.
Yeah, we have
Every day's a
to.
bachelorette party for me.
The heist
This
of
is
the
just-
century to send you on your way.
Actually, that does sound like what my bachelor party would be. Yes.
I mean, it very
Incredible.
much is. Do you need
Yes.
somebody ordained to marry you in the end?
Yes.
I will marry you if you would like. Not I will marry you, but I will marry you.
Right,
and
I
whoever you
understood.
chose.
I understood. All right.
Unless no, I'm just joshing. But yes, congratulations.
Right. I'm sure I won't regret it at all.
It's okay. We could also divorce you eventually, you know.
At least you know she's good in bed. That's pretty
You
important.
That's true. We are very compatible.
Yes, we heard.
So if nothing
I know.
else, there is that.
And with that, we're going to take our first break. So go ahead, anybody who hasn't yet put gay agenda, all one word, in chat. You will be entered to win the very gay dice from Canadian Dice. They donated us a very, very beautiful set. It's somewhere here on my desk,
you.
but
Let's imagine it.
Thanks, Ryan.
I got it. It's right here. There we go. Very
Okay.
gay dice from
They
Canadian
are.
Dice.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yay!
So go check out Canadian Dice and yeah, gay agenda in chat. You will be entered. Just be okay with giving me your address because I need to be able to send you the gay dice. So we'll be back. Hey everybody, we're back. It's your last chance to enter the first giveaway of our stream tonight by putting gay agenda in chat. We do have 2 giveaways tonight, as well as another grand prize giveaway for anybody who donates to the Trevor Project using our TSL link. If you enter into that by donating, you will automatically be entered. You don't have to do anything further. For the dice, gay agenda in chat, and you will win the very gay dice from Canadian Dice, because I'm Canadian and Ryan gave them to me. So last chance.
Therefore.
All right, I'm doing it. I'm doing the thing. First dice giveaway. Duckburg.
Yay, Duckburg.
Duckburg, you get some
Nice.
very, very gay dice.
That's awesome.
And just write this down so I don't forget.
Did you find a pen?
Yes, I did.
Hooray.
Very gay dice. All right. That's awesome. If you can just message me your address, or I'll hit you up after stream, that'd be perfect. Discord or Twitch, whatever is easier for you, and I will get those over to you. We have another dice giveaway, so don't worry about that. Just enter gay agenda and you will be entered for that one. Anybody who hasn't won already, you're already in. You don't have to re-enter it. But we have another set somewhere.
We are always prepared.
The subtle gay dice. They're white.
Oh, that's cool.
They have different colors for the different types of dyes. And that is the next prize lot. As well, again, if you donate, you are entered into the big grand prize giveaway. And Duckburg, since you're here now, we're going to throw in a Gecko's Media swag bag. So pick a color, green, blue, or white.
Ooh, that's fancy.
Fun.
Blue, please. Alrighty. Blue swag bag. Alright, so the swag bag comes with a tote bag, some dice, a little figure, and some other shit. Yeah, there's quite a bit in there. So, Gecko's Media was awesome, so go check them out. They are a podcast conglomerate, I guess you could say. And they have like a lot of shit going on over there, so go check them out. Alright, so again, gay agenda in chat. You'll be entered to win the subtle gay dice. And we will get a move on now for proceeding. So, Galilee. Oh my god, you're getting married. The bachelorette party.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Your
is
bachelor party is the heist of the century.
the water heist.
That's very on brand for Galilee.
So Insane Joker, this isn't D&D per se. There are playbooks that the character or the players are playing. So Iris up here in the corner is playing the Infamous. Galilee is the Scoundrel. Veda is the Nature Witch. Azala is the Seeker. Jasmine is the Chosen. And Lustra is the Beast. Alright, so as you prepare to head on to your separate ways in order to obtain schematics and free the water, the doors open and there is a loud fanfare played from the small band. And in walks the president, Drake. He's dressed in very, very fine clothes. There is no sign of wear and tear at all. And he is a 6'5" alpha male.
Wow, he's huge.
He's
wow.
a big boy, and his entire aura is that alpha male do what I tell you type of thing. Like, he just has this presence to him that makes you uncomfortable for some reason.
Urgh.
Yeah, he's not comfy.
Ugh.
He begins to walk into the ballroom. He shakes a couple hands of who you only assume to be either water merchants or people that are in his close circle. He sees Zala and immediately moves to her and puts a heavy hand on her shoulder and squeezes just a little too hard. Not enough to hurt, but just a little too hard. Oh, cousin, you're back. So good to see you.
Oh, it's such a pleasure. Could you please let go?
Kind of squints at you, but does let go.
Oh, thank you. It's just a new dress, you see.
Oh, yes.
I wouldn't want to ruin the fabric.
It's very conservative.
Thank you for noticing.
I did notice. Thank you. And I also noticed who you're here with. And his gaze immediately settles on Lustra.
Yeah, it does. And with that, I'm immediately going to step right in front of her, very protectively. And I'm going to look him up and down and up again and say, "And who the fuck are you?"
Take your feral.
Yeah, oh god, okay.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
It's not my fault, it's him! He's a bitch! I hate him! I hate bitches!
Alright, so that is your fourth feral.
That is my fourth. I'm activated.
Alright.
Love that we can't even see Keisha, but I can just imagine
I know,
the
I'm
flailing
sorry.
going on right
I have
now.
this thing going on, and it's a slight situation.
Drink.
It's fine. I'll be right over.
Great. Thank you, Joker.
Alright, give me 1 second. I'm just going to see here. So your feral has hit 4.
Yes.
You
so
transform.
immediately.
Oh,
So like I said
no.
before, with that dress that she already shredded, and it's containing very little. As she transforms, everything just bursts apart, basically. And I'm almost and so you see, originally you saw her tail. You know, it's like this really long black tail, and she has, you know, some little bit of fur on her body, but when she goes completely feral, you see that she gets a lot bigger real fast. Like, she goes from her, like, it was like 4'9" and she shoots up immediately to like a 5'8". Burly muscles, bristling with thick fur. Her tail gets long and poofy enough that it kind of like curls over her just a little bit, covering about half of her face. And her face itself like gets longer, and she has like this snout that's like snarls, like these fangs start to grow, and she looks wild. Yeah, so that's what happens.
All right, I need you to roll daring.
Okay. Here we go. Uh-oh. That is only a 6.
Okay. So, because you got a 6, you're actually below the threshold of your daring, which means your feral drops by 1.
Oh.
So you can at this time choose to revert back to your normal form, or you may maintain your feral form.
So long as I see this fuckface, I don't think I can go back to my form, and
And that's valid. He is a fuckface.
I mean,
It's a fuck face.
All right. So, unfortunately, you don't get any of the perks of being feral, but
Yeah.
The president looks at you as you transition, and everything at this point in the ballroom has stopped. There is no music, there is no chatter. All eyes are on you.
It's awkward.
Because you're mostly naked now, and also you went real big real fast, and you're kind of scary and also threatening their president. So,
And also naked, to just reiterate.
And also naked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. So, depending on how you all want to proceed, there is a move that you can do called Defy Disaster.
Yeah, I was thinking that myself.
So, you can push your limits to achieve something extraordinary that's not covered by another move. And depending on what you want to do, that might be the option that you want to take, given that the president of Cisterf is currently being threatened by a massive beast.
It's no.
Or you
Yeah,
could use this
same.
opportunity to like sneak away and do all your things, and you could just let me burn. That's fine.
Right, we're not letting you burn.
Oh.
Galley's just gonna be like, right, sir, hi. Yeah, I'm sorry. Who are you again?
I'm
Oh,
the president.
We all here? Is this in front of everybody?
Yeah, everybody's there. You guys didn't have a chance to leave because as soon as you started talking bachelorette party, the fanfare started. And in he walked.
Right, Mr. President, it has been a bad day. Like, it's not a bad day per se, just a long one. And you can understand that we are just kind of settling in, and it is quite unsettling when the president comes to you to talk. So you'll have to excuse my friend, but huge fan. She's a huge fan. Doesn't really quite know what to do in this situation.
She literally asked who the fuck I was.
Because she was scared of you, because she loves you so much. She actually she probably didn't even think that you were real, to be honest. Just couldn't fathom meeting you.
I mean, you do have a presence that is quite larger than life. I mean, you barely even needed the instruments to come in. Everybody looked at you and knew that you were here.
Right, you are a big bloke, aren't you?
As I've been told, yes.
Right, I bet big everywhere, I'd imagine.
You have to forget them. You know what their type is like.
Unfortunately, take your pet elsewhere.
No, that's fucking rude, don't you think?
I go to start leading Lustra away, and I kind of like mutter under my breath, like, and like I'm like petting Lustra's arm to let you know I didn't mean it, but we're getting out of here before all of us kill him because we're all pissed.
Yeah. What is Izala doing when this is happening? Because Lestra definitely, I mean, this is a moment that she didn't know, but she realized that she has a very soft spot for Izala, and her flaw is that she tries and pushes too hard for the things that she cares so much about. So the interactions that she's had with Izala this whole time has been, yes, very like probably uncomfortable for her, but it's just because Lustra cannot contain herself when she finds someone she actually genuinely likes and wants to be near, and that was the only way she can show her affection. So she got a little too protective, and so she's looking to see how Izala is reacting to this, because now she feels kind of embarrassed and ashamed and doesn't really know what to do.
Okay, your feral reduces to 2.
Okay.
You can maintain it still if you want to, but it's down to 2.
It's gonna depend on what she sees Azala doing.
So, I imagine I'd just be standing there next to Drake,
Mm-hmm.
and I would look at. Is that right?
You cut out. I didn't hear what you said.
So sorry. Is it Lustra? Is that her name?
Lustra, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So I would just kind of like look at Lustra and be like, "He's my cousin. I really wish you would not hurt him. I wish him no.
What was the last line?
Oh, I wish him no harm."
Okay.
And just
Okay,
leave it at that.
Hearing that, she would kind of just sigh and almost deflate, and just kind of revert back to her normal form at that point.
Okay.
And let herself be led away by Jazz.
All right. So, given the situation, you're going to take a condition. You can choose either guilty or hopeless.
Oh man.
My 2 favorite emotions.
Or insecure.
I
Insecure would work
know.
too.
Oh, my 3rd favorite emotion.
Oh God. What is she feeling most right now? Probably insecure.
Insecure? Okay.
Yeah.
So you have a -2 to entice going forward until the condition is shaken. But I need everybody to roll a D, like their dice, and they're gonna roll a wits check. And if you want, you can spend either a string on Lustra or a string on Drake if you have one.
Who?
To get the plus
Who
3.
cut? For who?
Either Lustra or Drake, you can spend a string on them for a wits check, and that'll get you plus 3.
For who to do it? You cut
Everyone.
out, so I.
Everyone.
Let me check my thingy of doom.
I rolled a 15 on Lustra.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I rolled a 9 with Lustra.
Okay.
Question.
Answer.
Do we know what happened to Lustra's people out of character, first off? Or would that be something we'd have to ask in character?
You probably have some idea that generally beasts are not accepted within polite society. And Lustra did mention at one point when she was fighting Iris on Christina's lawn that there was some scientist within the ranks of the Beast clan that had created whatever had led to the original bombs. It wasn't intended for that purpose, but it was manipulated by Drake and his family. So, drawing that conclusion, you can probably assume that either A, they were killed, or they're in prison somewhere. Yeah.
Okay, I am going to try to roll for Mr. Drake.
Okay. Did anybody else roll for Lustra?
Maybe not. I don't know what I would ask. Hold on.
I also roll for Drake.
Okay.
I rolled an 11 for Drake, so I'm going to ask.
All right, and what were the rolls for Drake again? 11.
I got a 7.
7. Azala?
I got a 9.
Okay. So Lustra wins the Defy disaster, technically.
Good.
The average came out to Lustra with 12 and Drake with 9. So Lustra is able to be removed from the situation with her condition, but I believe it was Galilee walking her away.
I think it was Jazz.
Veda would too.
Yeah, I don't think it was me.
Can I ask
Okay.
a question?
Absolutely.
My playbook. It says you're a magnet for trouble, hunted by those who would use you for their own purposes. Others mark XP when they defy disaster that would otherwise befall you. Would that count in this situation because we would all be taken away, or no?
No, because this was more on Lustra than on
Okay.
you. If it was specifically on you, then yeah, they would gain the XP, but no.
Yeah, just making sure.
Yeah,
Hi,
no, I get
Pasta. You moved.
pasta bean. Apparently she looks for us when we talk to her when Artemis watches the replays.
She does.
That's
She does. You guys talk to her so much that she looks for you now.
Pasta.
I hear my name.
So I have to
So
say it.
Veda would go with Jazz to help get Lustra away.
Okay.
And because they rolled so enormously.
Yes.
While Lustra and Azala were sort of like flirting with each other, sort of off to the side and very shyly, Veda tried to adjust her dress so that she looked more like what she thought that Lustra wanted.
Aw.
And when this happened, she goes and like sort of grabs, just very shyly without even looking at Lustra, she just grabs Lustra's hand and like starts leading her away and just quietly, please come with me.
Hmm.
And there's obviously two people that she has specific ties for, is Kitten and Button, and would definitely allow that. And right now she's, for the first time, kind of hunched over, trying to kind of cover herself because she just feels so terrible about herself right now. But seeing Button come out and just like this little ball of light, like that definitely helps her a lot, and she definitely goes along very gratefully.
Okay.
Once we get sort of off to the side, like we're sort of away from everybody else, she lets go of Lustra's hand and like takes out her blade and cuts the bottom part of her dress and gives it to Lustra to cover up with.
Oh.
No.
Why y'all coming for my fifis today?
I know.
You started it!
I didn't start shit.
Can I offer emotional support to Lustra?
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm gonna use a string
Okay.
on her to give her ultimate support.
Oh.
That is a 9.
All right. So it's just barely at the top of a mixed result. So you haven't shaken the condition, Lustra, but you don't feel as vulnerable as you did before. You kind of put on the essentially tube top that was cut off the bottom of Veda's dress.
Oh my god.
I mean,
it was long enough to cover her feet. So Veda, if you're okay with this, I'll say it was long enough. Like, you've cut it short enough to like your mid-thigh.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Long enough to like give her at least coverage.
So you've got like Spice Girls, Jerry, Ginger Spice,
Yep.
mini skirt,
Yeah.
one piece going on now.
yep. Yes, perfect. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely feel a bit more confident with this. Like, my girls are here to help me out, so that definitely, like, I straighten out my posture. And as I'm, like, wrapping up that strip of cloth, there's definitely, like a little kind of a weirdly shy glance up at Veda for a little bit.
Aw.
And a very, like, grateful, like, thank you.
Yeah, I'm giving Lustra a hug for my emotional support, and I kind of just pat her back, and I say, "Don't let him get to you. He has that power over us." And honestly, like, Iris didn't say anything this whole time because she feels pretty triggered in his presence, given our past history together. So it's a little tough to be around him right now.
Yeah, absolutely. That is absolutely understandable. He's not a nice man.
He is not.
All right.
We don't.
Let me just double check that I did all that correctly. Sure, looks good. Alright. So, Azala, Galilee, you guys are still standing around Drake. You can tell that Drake is not pleased. He's sort of scowling after the four that have left his presence without being excused. And especially one of them is a beast, so that's entirely unacceptable. And then he looks at you again, Azala. Why are you with the beast right now?
Well, you see, it's imperative to my well-being. But don't worry, I'm not unaccompanied.
Indeed. Though the company is questionable.
It's best to keep an eye on them, in my opinion.
Oh, so? In Galilee, this one. He doesn't know your name. I was just saying Galilee. And you are...
Depends on how this night's gonna go. I could either be a dream or your worst nightmare, and quite frankly, that was pretty fucking rude, so I'm leaning towards nightmare.
Hell yeah, I love Galilee's energy.
I know.
So, Azala's eyes
Because
get
who are you again? I'm sorry, there's a lot happening.
Everyone's just like, but seriously, who are you?
Like, what?
Your
so my eyes
president.
get like as big as they possibly can, like bordering protruding out of my skull.
This is my house. And I am the president.
Nice place you got.
Thank
A lot
you.
of water.
It was a lot of foresight that allowed us to avoid the worst of it.
Fortunate for you, then.
Indeed. How did you get in exactly?
I'm here, you're here. I say that we just have a lovely evening.
Well,
And maybe be a little more mindful with how we talk to each other.
I don't think so. I think you should leave.
Galley's just gonna walk to the other side of the room, and when she's there, she's just gonna like give him like a little jazz hand wave and grab a drink.
I'm so impressed by this. I'm like in awe that Galilee stood up to him like this, because other than like myself and maybe a few of the people like in the inner circle, I've never seen anybody talk to him like that before. Yeah, I want to give. Is it give or take a string? I'm not really sure in that situation.
You can give Galilee a string.
Yeah, I'm giving her a string. I'm like, yeah, so impressed. That was honestly really sexy the way you stood up to him, Galilee.
Incredible.
I mean, I know you're engaged now, but you're not married yet, right? So,
it is the bachelorette party.
We'll have some fun.
I'm definitely giving a string to Veda too from earlier as well, and
yeah,
Iris.
I didn't want to interrupt.
Both of those two BT dubs get strings.
Can Veda is smitten with Lustra. So
is that new or is that old?
That's new.
That's new? Okay.
New as of right now.
How does that happen again?
Hello?
I just pulled it up. When you become
My neck keeps dying.
Oh no.
Hello.
I'm still here though.
Alright, so when you become smitten with someone, say why. Give them a string on you and answer the question in the truth of the hearts and blades section in your playbook. So for you, what is the clear challenge to being with them that you're overlooking because of your naivety?
So for Veda, it would just be she doesn't know anything about this kind of stuff. She is small bean and does not know from anything, and she would think that she doesn't have much to offer, but she wants to try anyways.
I'm just making sure that I got everything.
We are way too good at flipping this stuff around like on a dime.
Everyone's like, yay! Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh, you're getting
Thank
married?
you,
That's
man.
great. Oh, fuck, he's here. Oh, shit, I'm so
no,
sad.
my
I've
heart.
embarrassed myself. Oh, that's so fucking cute. Wow, that's hot.
It's been like all over.
Mhm. Exactly.
Like Friday nights all over again.
Yay!
Yep. All right. So the party starts to resume again. The music begins to play and slowly the chatter starts again. The president looks once more to you, Azala, and you can tell just in his face that he's not happy with your choices at this time. But hasn't said no thus far.
Okay. I'll just kind of like pat him. It's not the first time we've disagreed, cousin. Just try to rejoin the group.
See you soon, cousin.
I look forward to it.
All right. So heading back to the group, Galilee is pretty much the only one that's sort of outside of it now. She went to the other side of the room. And it's just kind of like...
As soon as he turns his back, I'm just like...
Yeah.
Fuck you. Fuck.
Shove it.
Yeah. Thanks, Agni.
Hi, Agni.
Just get ready to drink, guys, because it's coming.
Yeah. I
Here.
have 30,000 points I can't
There it
use
is.
because I'm in literally everything.
But there's a new addition to my drink check.
Yeah.
Yeah, cute. Blame Agni.
Oh, I have a
That
question.
is excellent. Oh my god, it's so good.
Did Christine see any of that exchange between me and Drake?
Yes.
How's she looking?
Looking across the floor at her, her eyes are on you. And you've seen this look before.
Uh-oh.
Time to find a private room.
Like, if you can go find the
Yeah.
coat check room within the next 5 minutes, you're gonna get your brains fucked out.
Yeah.
I'm frantically looking for a coat check room. Where's the mouse boy?
You can see him. He has sort of
Oh my god.
gravitated towards the president, which seems to be the case for most people. He has a tray of not the skewers, not the tarts, but they're like little like deviled eggs, but they're quail eggs, so they're like tiny and delicate. And he's, you know, making himself available to the president should he like an egg.
I want to lock eyes with him.
Okay.
And just be like, come here. Get over here.
Oh, we need to take him with us. He's so precious.
I go over. I'm charging at him.
He like backs up as far as he can, and he ends up like against a pillar.
I take the tray again.
No, where's the other two?
Don't worry about it. Now, where's like a broom closet? Where is it?
There's one, like, in the ball, like, you leave the ballroom, turn left, 4 doors down, on the right.
Great, thank you. And I'm gonna give Christina a meet me in the hall, like, gesture, like, in that direction. But first, I'm going to go outside and give the deviled eggs to Lustra.
But the other 2 trays.
Shh, don't worry about it.
I only get water for every tray I return.
Oh no!
Oh god, my kids.
So, stepping by, you hand Lustra this tray of mostly untouched deviled egg, quail eggs. Christine is already gone.
I'm gonna hand them to you, Lustra.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could stay, but I gotta go.
Go, you're already late. Go.
Yep, I'm out.
God.
I'm going to that broom closet.
Good. You'll make it work.
Oh no,
Nothing's too small. Oh, Kayla?
Lost to Kayla.
Might have clicked the wrong button.
Possibly. Where did she go? My lovely. Alright, I'm just gonna share a screen. Hang on. Oh, never mind. Don't have to.
Nope, there she is.
I was gonna say, she'll pop back in a second.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
All good. Okay, so Gala, you head out into the hallway. Christine immediately, like, pounces on you. And you can make your way to the broom closet following the directions that Mousy Boy gave you.
Here we go.
Again. Twice. For her.
This is our 3rd time.
This is round 3.
Oh, 3, that's right. Oh my god, that's right.
Like our new
Y'all, you need to do better.
We're too busy having emotions over here.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, what are the rest of you doing at this point?
I think now is the perfect time for us to try and sneak downstairs now that the president has passed us by.
Yeah. I agree.
I kind of like stop for a second though, and I like turn to Jazz and I like grab her hands and I look at her and I'm like, "Are you ready for this? This is your moment. This is why we're here."
Can I give her a string because that means a lot to me?
Oh,
Absolutely.
Aww.
Let me mark it down.
Well, she marks it down because she has a string on you.
I take it. I've got a lot of strings on you.
How many?
Oh no. Do you want to ask me a question?
Not how it works.
At 4, you can
Okay.
do the deep insight.
Okay. So I hold back and I squeeze her hands and I say, "When are we ever ready to risk our lives for a cause that is beyond us?" I don't know, but I am willing because I know that this will make the biggest difference that I could possibly do. And I want to thank you for being here for this. I know due to your background it's not easy, but we are not who we once were. We are who we are now, and that's what matters. And together we're all a team.
Oh my god, that would wreck me. Honestly, that would wreck Iris quite a bit. I'm gonna give you a string for that, but also just that would kind of make her start to break down.
Oh no, I broke
a little bit.
I broke us all.
My eyes are watering in real life, but also hers are definitely watering quite a bit.
Okay.
That means so much to her. Actually, Iris would look back at you and kind of be blushing. She's kind of embarrassed by this. She says, "Do you really think that we can do good in all of this?"
Whatever the outcome happens, I know we will do good because we are trying our hardest, and people will see that. They will see that no matter what adversity happens, that there will always be people willing to risk it all to change things.
I hope you're right. I've seen so much bad behind these walls, and it haunts me, and I've done everything I can to try and make it right, and this is the final piece of that puzzle. Make it all come together and help those who actually need it, and hopefully atone for my sins as well.
I want you to know that what has happened is not just your fault alone. The fact that you are willing to go against all that you were taught, to be willing to put your reputation and your life on the line, that is atonement enough. Because what is asking for forgiveness, but taking action?
Oh my god, I hug her.
Big hug time.
Okay. So, given that this targets your deep insecurity, you are now staggered.
Oh no, I broke his all.
Oh no.
I broke his all twice.
So, since you don't have any conditions to start with, you can either lash out at someone whose regard matters to you, provoking them to do something foolish or harmful, or take advantage of a string on them if you have one. You hesitate or stumble, and the opposition gains an opportunity. Or you grin and bear the blow, marking 2 conditions going forward.
I think, as much as I hate to do it, I think Iris would lash out.
Okay. So how do you lash out?
I kind of suddenly get defensive, almost out of nowhere. And I'm like, I mean, I know I can be good. I don't know why you're saying it like that. I mean, obviously I'm doing what needs to be done here, so, I mean... And she just kind of huffs and, like, separates from the hug.
While this is happening, I kind of nod and I go to look up at the ceiling and all of its grandeur of the crumbling, yet somehow still put together fortress, and I ask from above the way that I can best lead my people, my rebels, into this kind of like last conflict for now. Because it won't be the last, but it kind of looks like it might be. And that is on my sheet.
Oh, okay. Let me just take a look.
It's called Guidance from Above. And when you petition a superior for guidance, they give you it. I don't know if it counts as a god, but...
Can be.
I'm supposed to be the chosen one.
Let me see.
That means I have protagonist syndrome and probably talk to my inner goddess or whatever.
Yes.
Okay. So, as you're standing there, sort of pushed out of the hug with Iris, who is now suddenly very defensive, despite your best intentions, you kind of sigh and look to the ceiling and just almost metaphysically throw your hands up in the air. And
but not physically.
Not physically. Just sort of like, I don't know what you want me to do anymore. Like, I'm so confused. I need guidance.
Mm-hmm.
So... the chatter in the room seems to fade for a moment. And as you're standing there staring at the ceiling, the band begins to play a familiar tune. It's not something exactly you expected, but given the instruments that they have, it sort of works. And you recognize this as Fight for Your Right to Party by Beastie Boys.
Yes.
We are going to fight for a party.
You feel that your goddess has guided you in your preferred form of communication.
Okay. That would be 3 experience for me. What does that mean I do?
3 experience. Oh heavens, now we've got an XP. One moment, please.
Super Saiyan!
It says you advance every 3 instead of 5 if you're playing
Yeah.
a single session, which this technically is.
Yeah, and said before that we're playing up to 3
Ah.
XP. So advances. When you fill your XP tracker, you gain an advance from the list. Consider a dramatic costume change for your character whenever you advance.
Where's the advances?
I'm about to list them for you.
Oh my god.
Take another move from your playbook. So one you haven't already checked off.
Mm-hmm.
The first 4 are that, or you can add 1 to a stat to a maximum of 3.
Okay. I'll think about it.
Okay. Is anybody else at 3 XP?
Mm-mm.
Not yet? Okay. I need to get you guys to roll more, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, rude.
We're just too good at the RP part of it as well.
We are. Or you are. I'm just going to stand over here. And
More what we're here for. It's fine. It's good.
I take the insecure condition.
Welcome to the club.
All right. So you lashed out.
God damn it, Becky.
Oh my god, Becky.
Just
Hello,
a
show.
Look at
jab.
her butt. It is so big. All right. So, Becky. God damn it. Galilee, you follow to the best of your ability while having an armful of Christina the directions that Mousy Boy gave you. And you stumble into this room without looking. You kind of just fuck with the door handle behind you, and then you stumble in backwards once it opens, and you're still like deeply making out with Christina, and you hear a behind you.
Oh.
I guess I turn. I don't want to, but I do.
You've stumbled into the kitchen.
Oh, shit.
And you can see a couple of like cooks and other servers just sort of standing there watching you with great interest.
Right, it's gonna be a gallon if you want to watch.
A gallon. My god.
You can see one of them kind of considers it.
I'm kidding.
And then he's
No.
like,
No.
No. You need to leave immediately.
You're right. Our bad. Do you know where a closet is, perchance?
How about you return to the ball?
No, we don't have those. Right, I think I'm hilarious. I grab Christine by the arm and we just go back in the hall. And I'm trying doors.
A couple of them are locked. A couple of them you open and you see other people who have also kind of tried doing the same thing that you're doing.
Wait, I just give them like a... Yeah.
Good job. You do eventually find an office that is empty.
Incredible. Great. Yeah, we're gonna go in there.
All right. So you get down to business on the desk or the floor or whatever. The rest of you, I believe Veda and Lestra were going to head for the laboratories, and Iris, Jasmine, and Izala were going to head for the cistern.
Yeah.
Okay. Who wants to go first?
Us.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Lustra and Veda, you slip off from the party and you begin making your way down into the lower regions of the fortress. Lustra, your intel from other beasts who have been in the estate, they know, like, kind of that's where everything took place. It was in the lower levels. I need you to make a wits check.
Oh, good.
Both of us are just Lustra.
Both of you.
Oh god. You might save me. 5.
I got
Mark
an 8.
XP.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't have good wit.
Nope. Is that 3 XP yet for you?
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay. So, heading down, you get lost. There's no other way to put it. You get lost as you move through the lower chambers and hallways of the fortress. And you eventually move into sort of decrepit corridors. There's, like signs of rodents and insects, and it's just not a happy time. And opening one door, you have only half a moment to feel this sort of electric charge before you realize, Lustra, sorry, that you, there's some sort of trap on this door. And it zaps you. All of your hair sticks out, and you pull back. And I need you to make a might check, a daring check.
Okay.
Or spirit. Daring or spirit.
We're gonna stick with daring.
Okay.
So it's gonna be 9.
Okay. So you managed to shake off the effects of this sort of electrical charge that went through you.
Oh.
But you can see that the handle itself is still electrically charged. It's zapping and like... pss, 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 pss.
I did not enjoy that at all. Don't touch that.
You also feel like this might be something that was put in place by one of your compatriots.
But it also feels familiar.
Do you know how to get around it?
If I kick the door, just in general, is that gonna help?
You can try.
I kick the door.
All right. Make another daring check.
Okay, here we go. I'm so daring. Ooh. That's an 11.
Very nice. So yeah, you lean back and then you Sparta kick the door, and it flings, not off the hinges, but it like flings wide open. The door is, or the handle is still sparking, and you can see the sort of mechanism behind the door that was set up. It was basically like a car battery and wires. Very, very simple, but it was effective. And stepping into this room, you see a lot of decaying, decrepit computers, laboratory equipment, that sort of thing. Lots of blueprints and paperwork and stuff as well.
Well, it seems like this might be the place that we've been looking for. I guess we'll just search for anything that's labeled as water makers. Yes.
Okay.
Just gonna try to start sorting through everything to see if I can find what hopefully I'm looking for.
Sure. While you're doing that, we're going to flip to Iris, Jasmine, and Azella. So the three of you, you head through the passageways that Iris knows in order to get to the aquifers. Despite what you originally thought, there's not a whole lot of guard presence down here. You're able to access the aquifer about 10 minutes after leaving the ballroom, and you can see that it is much larger, Jasmine, than you even thought. It's essentially an ocean under the underground. It's deep, it's clear, and very, very large. For the amount of people living in Cisterf, it could probably water them to the comfort level that they've come to for the next 150 years.
Wow.
Damn.
With no recycling or anything, because they're not doing the recycling thing.
That's a lot of water.
But how do we move it? I don't think you... We should have thought about that before we came in here, shouldn't we have?
Well, we talked about it. We just weren't sure what we were gonna find.
True. I mean, nobody that I know of has ever been in here. It's unnervingly beautiful in a way. I feel a little bit overwhelmed. Who knew that the world would have been like this for so long?
So do we notice, is there like a piping system? How is this water getting moved around?
There is a
from
piping system. There's no pump system, so you think it might be sort of like an actual water pump in some of the rooms, or they have people that they're paying in water to actually do like the waterfalls and stuff like that just by manual labor.
Okay. Did the pipes continue outside of this room at all, or is this like the end?
You do know that they continue outside of the room, but they go up into the fortress, and they, service areas up there.
Would I know anything in particular about it, or would I just assume like that's servants' work?
Mostly servants' work for the pumping of the water. In your chambers, when you're staying here in the fortress, you're able to freely access water whenever you want it from your area, from your chambers, your wing, or whatever. But if there's anything like you want to have a bath or something like that, then the servants have to get involved and like do the whole bucket loading thing.
Okay, absolutely.
And
well,
so
guys,
is that the Oh, sorry, go ahead. You can finish.
Oh, I was just gonna say this may be a little out of my wheelhouse. It's a bit bigger than I ever thought.
Is that the general transportation method around the whole city of Cisterf? Is just people put it into a container and then physically transport it to somebody else?
Yeah, generally, like the society people, like the ones up in the ballroom, they don't do it themselves. They pay people to do it, and then they get a portion of it. There are literal bodyguards, but they're water guards that they will hire to make sure that the servants bring the water back instead of running off with it. There's like a whole hierarchy of water distribution, so.
Is there any other way to get into this area that we can see?
You can take a look if you like. It would take having to go for a swim.
Okay, I do my outfit change at this point now, where I take a layer off of my dress and I'm in pasties and thong, and I go and jump in.
Perfect.
Oh, I took my sunglasses off too before I jump in the water. That would be important.
All right, so the very, very strange outfit that Jasmine has been wearing just is shed, leaving her in little pasties and a thong.
I got the little things that, like, the tassel.
Oh, they have tassels too?
Yeah, and they're like bejeweled tassels.
Bejeweled tassels. Okay. This is the
Iris
face
likes
of the
that.
resistance, everyone.
This
That's
makes me
hot.
think of Kita in Atlantis.
Yeah.
If any of you guys have seen that, where she's like
Yeah.
about to go for a swim and Milo's like, no, 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 no.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of.
I
Yeah.
go and I dive in the water, and the Mario music starts playing.
Do 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 do.
No, the one where he swims. I forget
I
what
don't
it's
remember
called.
that. I just remember the castle one. Okay, so what are Iris and Isala doing?
I'm watching Jasmine swim.
The water is
I'm like-
extremely clear, so you can see everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Oh,
can.
gosh.
Just
I'm gonna-
enjoying the show.
I'll keep watch elsewhere. I'm gonna avert my eyes from that. They're like, what else can I
actually-
find in this room? Is there anything else here?
Literally anything else to look at.
There's stalactites and stalagmites. Those are interesting.
Guys, look
You've
at
got Icarus,
this.
just look at him. You've got Icarus, just look at him.
Oh, yeah.
Icarus.
Icarus, do you want a vegetable? I'll give him a vegetable.
Izala, now might be a good time to send Icarus to the other group and give them an update.
You are absolutely correct. Okay, buddy. Go find our friends. I'll send him off.
He doesn't actually have to go anywhere. I can just communicate with him. Like, I can communicate with him at any distance. So that's why I sent him with you.
Oh, great. Okay. Can he communicate to you?
Yes, like we said that he can do simple things like yes, no, and shrug.
Right, but can
Wow.
he do first? Or is
Yeah,
it
he
one
can
way?
he can come to me too. So
Okay, so let's have him send you just a really vague message. I mean, I don't know what he can communicate as far as like simple terms. Can he like think big puddle or like something like that? Like water puddle
well, it says
underground?
I can perceive the world through his senses. So I'm assuming that what he
Okay.
sees, I see.
That's perfect.
So, like on my end, Veda just kind of stops moving, and like gets like that 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah. Totally. Okay, well that's perfect. So we'll kind of like hold him up so we can see the ocean better.
So yeah, like I'm looking through the squirrel's eyes and like telling Lustra what I'm seeing.
Okay, but I want to pull Izala aside for a second. And I'm like, listen, this is turning out to be bigger than we both expected. There's a very real chance that even if we do find a way to get this water out, that the president will know it was us and come after us. I think our best line of defense to make sure this goes off successfully and stays successful is to make sure he never finds us, if you catch my drift.
Mm-hmm.
If he doesn't know, then he can't be opposed.
Sometimes.
Well, that's true. That's true. I was thinking more like he could not be the president anymore.
Oh,
Oh,
I don't know if I can comply with that plan.
I'm still in the water.
Unless he steps down willingly, in which case I
Sure.
fully support him.
I'm not gonna make you complicit in any of this, but just know that I think we have bigger fish to fry here than just moving this entire ocean of water out of the castle.
Absolutely. Hopefully, it is definitely much bigger than a family matter at this point.
Yes.
Drink.
Mm. Got the water.
Perfect.
All right. So Jasmine, as you're swimming around down there, again, the water is extremely clean, extremely clear. And what little light is offered by the installed light fixtures in this cavern, it could go for miles. However, you do find a outlet. It's very small, and judging by where it is, you think it may be the mouth of the river that you saw flowing through Cisterf earlier.
What did you say the last, 30 seconds? I'm trying to reconnect my internet,
That's
I'm trying
okay.
to... It's very angry at me.
It's okay. So
I heard this, and that was, it. After they were like, let's not kill him, let's just make him step down.
So while you're swimming around, you find an outlet that you think may lead to the river that goes through New Cisterf. It's a very small outlet currently, which means the flow is very small in comparison. Maybe there's a way to make it larger.
How much breath do I still have?
Oh, you're still on the surface of the water.
Okay, I will kind of go look around for buttons. How am I within shouting distance of my party?
Yeah.
I say, look for any switches, buttons, hidden bricks. There's a little hole here, and maybe if we widen it up, it can flow through all the pipes. Unless,
Okay.
you're good at,
Yeah.
and I make this motion.
I'd start looking for a button or something.
Are you sure you know what that means?
In character? Or me?
She just smiled.
Which one?
Yes. All right. So you all start to look around, and you do see that there is a manual pumping system that would bring everything up into the fortress. Nothing to help push the water out of this sort of river exit.
Might need to, make an explosion or something.
Might.
Veda's just translating all of this to Lustra. Now they're talking about explosions. I don't know what's going on.
Is there a way to express that I encourage this?
Veda thinks about it really hard, and Icarus goes like
Oi.
this.
Icarus agrees with the plan to blow something up. Speaking of blowing up, Galilee.
Hey.
You are in this office with Christina, and you have gone to work. Christina is very, very pleased, but then she sort of makes a distracted, noise.
I don't like that noise. Why are you making that noise?
Sorry, my love. Here, look at this. And she hands you this sort of docket of paperwork.
Okay. I will look through it.
Okay. So, it seems to show the future development of the fortress. Repairs, structural integrity, things that you might need for ensuring that your domain would stand up against, I don't know, a rebel force. These repairs have not yet started.
Oh, we're gonna have to kill the president. I just know it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Jackass is gonna start a war.
We're breaking OSHA guidelines.
What was it that you said in some video like forever ago? If there's a war about, or if there's something about water, it's already over.
Yeah. If there's ever a war about water, it's over. Everybody will go to war for water.
Like in Wayne's World. I've never seen the movie, but I know it has to do with water, I think.
What?
I don't think so.
Nope.
Okay, maybe not. Like Wayne's World.
No, just to throw it back, my mother had an economics professor that basically said if the world goes to war over water, it's done.
I pay attention sometimes.
Yeah, you do.
Oh.
Look at Christina. What do you think would happen if, I don't know, these plans got leaked? Like tonight, for example, the ball.
Well, I imagine it might cause a little bit of a frenzy. At minimum.
Well, I think this is a great distraction. Kind of keep the president busy and allow some other things that are happening right now to happen unencumbered.
What are you suggesting?
We get the party started.
All right. Tell me what to do.
I don't want to put you in a position where you're going to get yourself in trouble when really it's kind of my thing in this dynamic. But
You asked me to marry you.
all right. Can you distract the president for me for just 15 minutes?
Of course.
Excellent. And I assume they're together they would go back to the ballroom?
Yeah.
And while Christine's doing her thing, I'm looking for a highly elevated place for me to basically shout from the rooftops from.
Alright, so Christine just kind of gives you a little peck before moving over to where the president is. And you see Mousy Boy. Another tray in hand.
Oh no, this poor guy.
He's just coming out from the servant's entrance with a new tray. And he's focused on getting his tray to the guests. And he almost walks right into your back. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, no, not you again. And he turns and starts walking the other direction.
You know what I want a headcanon right now? You know in Jeremy's DDC game that he had where the kid was sold by the tomato vendor?
Yeah.
I imagine that is this kid.
Is his name
Grab
Bob?
him.
I would agree,
Name is
Maggie,
Larry.
but unfortunately, the son, his head joined the Blue Ladies
Oh my
Choir.
god, I did.
at the end.
Oh my gosh, the
Yeah.
son.
I
This
love
could
it
just be
though.
Bob's kid.
Yeah.
Grab
Bob.
Bob's kid by the back of the collar.
No,
Of his
please
shirt?
Bob
don't.
Jr.
Oh,
Right, Mousy. That's what I'm calling you now.
my name's Larry.
Mousy, incredible. I'm gonna need you to just go away. You're kind of harsh in my vibe, and I don't like it.
I'm just trying to do my job.
I don't want to be mean, Mousy.
I'm just trying to do my job.
I told you I will give you one more chance to get away from me, Mousy.
I'm trying to, but you grabbed my
I
collar.
slap the tray, from the bottom. I slap the bottom of the tray, and it just flies.
Poor
So
kid.
these little cups of soup go flying into the air, and the little ceramic bowls that they're in come crashing back down. Some of them hit Larry in the head. You manage to avoid most of them. But the cacophony that it makes, definitely, once again, stops all the chatter, stops the music, and all eyes are on you and Larry.
Damn it,
What-
Ellie.
What around me? Are there like tables? Like what
Yeah,
kind of surface?
there's like banquet tables and like pillars that hold the roof up, and like the band shell is there, and all the guests.
To stand up on one of the tables and just kind of like kick things off the table because fuck authority. Right. Now that I have all of your attention, was there any like correspondence with the plans of how to like fortify this place even more?
Yes, so it would have been from the lead architect in the president's cabinet, basically. And his name is, one second here, I've got it written down. Racy.
Okay. So Galilee's going to read this correspondence, like word for word, to this crowd of people. And once she's done, now, does this seem like a president who really wants to serve the people? To give you what you need? And I'm looking at all of you merchants as well. I am. Because he's not going to help you in the end. And he's going to let you out there to wilt up like the rest of us. And then I'm gonna kick another thing off the table and hop down. I imagine it's like a cake of sorts.
Sure, why not? Like the centerpiece went flying. A couple of the tables already had like the first course, like the first official course on them, and you just kind of like kick the salad over. You tossed the salad.
Yes.
Yeah, so as you like hop down, you just smooth out your suit and you see Drake at the very front of the ballroom staring at you, his face turning red, and then he yells, "Guards!"
You! Fuck you! And I run. I am zooming.
Alright.
Zoom in.
I am zooming.
Alright, so you zoom and you kind of glance back and Christine is hot on your heels. Her heels are in her hand.
I love her so much.
And she grabs your hand with her other one. She's like, "Let's go."
I fucking love you. I love you. I love you.
Ardently.
You saw my
I
Instagram.
did.
That wasn't fair.
I have to. I saw it and I have to. I'm using that tonight. Fuck yes.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, we're zooming together.
Yeah,
a couple that zooms together stays together.
Yeah, it's true. All right, it's downstairs in the laboratory. Veda and Lustra, you're gathering these plans. You can tell that they have something to do with the water makers that had been manipulated to be water destroyers. And you also see nitroglycerin. Tons of it.
Don't tell Reggie.
Like one of those wooden boxes with like the straw and everything in it. There's bottles of it. They're very comfortably packed. There's about 16 bottles of nitroglycerin.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, I definitely like look at Beta like, you see what I'm seeing?
Nope, I'm looking through a squirrel. What are we looking at?
Okay. I tell you about the things that I'm
She
fighting.
stops looking through Icarus's eyes and looks at what Lustra is telling her. Okay, what do we do?
So we blow the place up.
Okay.
So
Tell me how to help.
Well, we should probably tell our friends about that so that they don't get blown up in all of this. But once everybody's free and clear, we should just light those fireworks.
Well, it can lead us to them. I can just follow Icarus. It won't. It's not a thing.
Or you can do that. That's also true. But still, this is we're taking this. We're lighting him up.
Okay.
You also do
Vita's kind of like shy and insecure at the moment, like just with everything that happened before. So she's just like, whatever you need.
Lester, you can build Veda up if you like.
Right, I'm gonna set everything down. And not look at Veda immediately, but just kind of start saying, also weirdly shyly, yeah, I understand that it can be hard to express things. Sometimes you think there's a thing that you thought you wanted, or there's a direction that you were just so sure that was the right one. And you sometimes just try a little too hard, but you find out that that's actually that's not the way that you wanted to go. It was actually this other way. This other cute and just sweet and gentle and has a squirrel way. And you didn't understand that was the way that you should go. You know, I get that. I don't know what I'm saying anymore right now, actually. Basically, I'm not good with words. This is what I'm trying to say, and I turn and I try to kiss her.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah? Alright.
Yeah.
If it's accepted.
That was my next move anyway, so.
Oh.
Alright.
You guys.
Alright,
This is so gay.
It's so gay.
I know.
This is moved into the finally kiss move. So when people finally kiss after a period of tension, each takes +1 ongoing to get to safety and protect the other for the rest of the scene. So
okay,
all of your rolls from here to until you are safe are +1.
Oh wow. Okay.
Okay.
That's so sweet.
So fucking gay, I love it.
I know.
Okay. So, you kiss, and it's awkward and ridiculous and lovely and just everything that's wonderful. And when you break it, you're like, yeah, okay, yeah, that's fine. We're gonna, okay, go now. And Lustra, you find this container that is watertight that you can put your plans in.
Perfect.
And you both carry the nitroglycerin out of the lab and head towards where not Reggie Icarus is.
God, Reggie gets around.
Fuck Reggie. Goddamn story slut. Just quickly, Galilee, where are you and Christina running to? Are you heading into the lower, or are you heading out? What are you doing?
I want to lead them as far away from the rest of the group as possible.
Okay.
So
out the front door.
I'm going up.
Okay. So you are heading up the towers.
Oh, interesting.
Into the private area of the family. There are guards here who sort of join the cacophony of clattering armor behind you as you're running.
And I kind of want to would I be familiar of little servants' passages? for example?
You are sure there are some around, but you've not really been up into this area. So you can roll like a wits check to kind of use your gut instinct to figure out where they are, but you don't know for sure.
That's a 9.
A 9? Okay. So that is a mixed beat, which means that you succeed, but there's a consequence.
Okay.
So rushing up these stairs, you get onto the main floor of where, it's obvious the president sleeps and, the family lives. And you grab onto a tapestry as you're running by to kind of pull it down and, make detritus in the hallway so it slows the people pursuing you down. And you see one of these corridors. It is very, very narrow. It's kind of meant for Mousy Boy and people of his size. So people with boobs and butts have a little bit of a harder time. Thankfully, Iris is not with you. However, it is difficult for you to slip in quickly. So you can choose to go first, or you can push Christine in first.
I'm pushing Christine in first.
Okay. We'll come back to you. Iris, Jasmine, and Azala. Eventually, as Jasmine climbs out of the water, pasties and soaking wet thong.
Ow.
Veda and Lustra appear, and they have this wooden crate with them.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
And we're just tilted, you ready to blow this place?
You found some. This is exactly what we need. You're a genius.
Just yes.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, except we don't want to blow the whole thing. What we were thinking instead was blowing a hole in this wall here, and I point to the water instead, so that way it can escape faster out into the river that goes through Cisterf.
Well, at least we're blowing something up. As long as something explodes, then I'm relatively happy with that.
Where does that river lead, Aphi? Where does that river actually go?
It leads to some sort of drainage, not outside the city, but under the wall, the outer wall.
Okay, so what I think we should do is use a little bit of the glycerin at a time, Lustra. Blow a hole in the wall so the river can flow faster, and then follow the river down and blow a hole in that wall so it can actually get out of the city, because that's our main goal right now. And if you have a little bit left over to help us escape, then, so be it. Has anybody seen Gala, by the way? What is she doing?
I think we all know what or who he's doing.
Well, let's hope for the best for them.
Yeah, we can't really communicate with her to tell her that we're going to blow this up.
Yeah, we can't just say, hey, we're gonna be war criminals right now, we'll see you later, unfortunately.
Do you think Veda could send Icarus scampering after them? Is he able to find her? Without knowing where she is?
I mean, that's up to Aphi, really.
It's possible.
Yeah, I can send him.
I would like
Might be
to
our
give
only chance.
Icarus back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thanks.
Ah,
Okay,
buddy.
be free.
Yeah, that might be our best chance to at least let her know that something's about to go down, but I think we should move quickly here because if I know anything about the president, it's that he's suspicious, and he's seen a lot of weird stuff tonight from most of us, so we should probably move quickly.
Question, where are we going to put the explosives? So that we don't contaminate the water.
Right up his ass.
I kind of think we have to risk, I think that's a really valid point. Jazz, but I think we kind of have to risk getting some kind of debris and runoff into the water to be able to at least get it out of here.
I think it would be best if we put it towards the sides of the walls. That way it's kind of like, it will hopefully flow into where we want it to go, where the hole is, because it will kind of join in the middle eventually. If you know what I'm saying, because we can't stick it right above the hole. It won't work like that. We don't have any glue. It wasn't even meant to be like that.
Oh, we're all a bunch of 5-year-olds. It's fine.
I know.
I made a you know what kind of joke earlier, but I didn't mean that one. I think we go put it towards the sides on the edge.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Because we
And then
can't
we
just stick
run
it off there.
far away and hope it works.
Okay, I think that's the only plan we got, so we might as well do it.
I start putting on my clothes
hopefully-
again.
Oh.
But it's like hard because like you ever like take a swimsuit off to go to the bathroom when you're
Yeah.
wet and like the friction
It
just
sucks.
doesn't wanna.
Yeah.
It's uncomfortable
like-
too.
I want to reach out and be like, "There's no time for that." Look over at Iris. Wink. Move
Thank
on.
you.
Well, when you set up the explosives, also I'm taking off my heels.
You went swimming with the
Finally.
heels on?
Yes. Have you ever touched the bottom of an unfinished pool with
Oh,
your feet?
Bond girl.
Wow.
It's very deep.
Right.
You would have had to take a very large breath, and maybe you would have made it.
I didn't know that looking at the surface.
Sure.
That's amazing.
I don't have water vision. I just am very attractive and talented. I'm telling this to God right now.
That's
Veda
what's
kind of... Veda's gonna turn to Lustra and say, if you, like, hold my hand so I don't get lost, I can guide Icarus to find Galilee. And then that way I can watch what he's doing and try to help. So it's a little easier to find Galilee.
Okay.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like fingers entwined very tightly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's so awkward and cute.
I know.
It is awkward and
Okay, well,
cute.
blow this shit up.
All right. So
Jasmine, would you like the honors? This is your gig after all. Oh, did she hear me?
I don't know. Maggie? Hello?
Yes? Hello. What happened the last second?
I just asked if
really
you wanted to do the honors. Do you want to do the honors of blowing up since it's your spiel here?
I say let's all put a hand on it.
Oh yeah, hands in the middle, everybody.
Cute.
Friendship.
Yeah.
And they explode and you all lose your hands.
No.
It was a risk we had to take.
Amplifying.
I would have to hand it to you, Aphi, if you did that twist for us.
Ha! Get out. I'm just kidding.
And only you die. Shocking. How did that? I don't.
I don't know. The
I was
chosen one
punished by
died.
the
Oh well.
Well, don't you rig glycerin? Don't you like stick it to something and then you like put a wire in, you like unspool the
Yeah.
wire and then you like a little detonator?
You can do that, but glycerin is also highly fragile and does not do well
Yeah, you
with
don't want to shake that shit up.
bumping.
Yeah, you would be
Okay.
So
Okay.
you could also grenade launch that shit.
So what we're gonna do is we're all going to put a hand on top of it. I don't know what order we want to do. Jazz would put her hand on the bottom.
I would put mine on top of yours very quickly.
Yeah.
I'll hesitate for a second and think about it, and then I'll just like ever so lightly, like the lightest touch known to man, put my hand on top of yours.
I would heavily put my hand on top of yours and press it down like we're in this together.
This is how you do the thing.
Yeah.
And then like turn over and like lock eyes with Veda.
Who's got the 1,000-yard stare again?
Damn it.
Veda,
We're gonna have a
now's the
conversation.
time.
I can hear you. I just can't see you.
Grab hand, put it on mine.
There you go.
And symbolically, I would put my other hand on top, and I would be like, "This one's for Galilee, the person who I feel would have the most fun with this part. Without her, I don't think we would have gotten the courage to do this.
Seriously.
We'll find her soon. But until then, for you. And then do we detonate?
Sure. You've wired it up. There's glycerin bottles on either side of the river entrance or exit, and you push down on the presser, and they explode.
Damn.
The explosion rocks and rattles the cavern. The noise itself vibrates I always forget which ones, the pointy rocks on the ceiling. Whatever.
Stalactite.
Yeah.
I always forget which one it is. I know there's like a rhyme or something.
They're tight on the ceiling.
They're like the same.
They're tight on the ceiling.
And mighty on the floor.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll remember it this time. Probably not. Stalactites. So they start to rattle and then they crack and begin to fall into the water. The opening of the river has expanded exponentially, and you can hear the water beginning to rush out at a very, very high pace in comparison. And the movement of this water is actually pulling more rock down, opening the path wider and wider and wider. And you can see this hole expanding, and then the entire wall begins to cave in. The stalactites are still falling.
Time to
You are
go.
not currently in a safe place with still about 8 bottles of glycerin at your feet.
Oh!
Time to go.
Yeah, time to run. No, Benny Hill theme plays.
Yeah.
We're not
Alright.
like trying to jump into the river, are we? We're just trying to run
No,
out.
we're trying to run away from the river.
Okay, that's what it is. Okay.
No, I think we
Because
want to go.
There's
Well, I guess
there's
we'll
still
go around.
glycerin there. And if we run into the river, we'll be blown up and contaminate the water.
Okay, that's fair.
Is what I gathered, right?
More or less.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're
I guess
running
that's about
away into the castle.
That's true.
All right. So running
Yeah.
up the castle steps, you bypass the laboratory, you bypass the servants' quarters, and you make it up into the front foyer. And at this point, the entire ballroom has more or less sort of flooded out into the foyer, and they're very confused by what that loud explosion was. And then they see Jasmine standing there, barefooted in a wet thong and nipple pasties with
Like
tassels
the dress,
and bejewels. And
the dress barely around me.
at that point, Christine grabs Galilee's hand and yanks her into the crevice. The the tapestry falls in place over top of it, and you begin shuffling your way through, just as the explosion begins to rock the building. Christine kind of looks at you and is like, what was that?
Fuck.
What was that? Sorry?
My friends.
My
You keep very
They
odd
do that.
company.
Well, part of the charm. We need to keep moving.
Yes, of course. And she keeps like shuffling through, and then eventually you get to a spiral staircase that seems to lead back down towards the servants' quarters and the kitchens and all that stuff. So you start running down that way. Meanwhile, Veda, the Icarus, the little red
This is getting
squirrel.
like Scooby-Doo.
I know. The fact that I'm able to keep all of it straight in my head is just...
You're
Don't
doing
interrupt
great.
me.
Miracle.
The red squirrel has run beyond the foyer and is tracking Galilee's scent, and so he runs up the stairs through into the presidential suite, and then stops at a tapestry that's sort of swinging softly, and then begins to run through it, and he actually catches up to Galilee and Christine by jumping on Galilee's back and like holding on to her hair and like squeaking madly and then starting to ratatouille her.
Yep. Right? The whole time Veda's just like cursing while like Lustra's dragging her along.
So, the people down in the foyer, Jasmine, Azala, Veda, Lustra, Iris, you are currently standing in the foyer with a very, very nearly naked leader of the rebel forces. And the president appears in the foyer, red-faced again, the vein in his forehead pulsing with his heartbeat.
You might need to get that checked out.
What did you do?
And I step in front of everybody. I like put my arm in front of them, and I pull out my sword. And this is actually their father's sword, the father that had died and left them. And I'm like, you take one more step towards me and my friends, and it'll be the end of you, Draconia. Is that his name? Right? Yeah, Drake.
Yeah, Draconia.
And I'm kind of like, everybody go now. I'll handle this, and I'm gonna get ready to fight him.
All right.
There's nothing like in this game like assistance or anything.
No, there actually absolutely is. That is what your strings are for.
Can I assist Azala because I have strings with them?
How are you assisting Azala? Or did you mean Iris?
Iris. I can't words.
Okay.
So for Iris,
no, that's
very
okay.
similar.
To try to bolster her morale, and I will say, I know that you can do this. I know that whatever happens is meant to happen, and I'm proud of you.
That is super inspiring for me.
You
I'm pretty sure
died.
I'm a husband anyways, so this is like particularly great to hear them say that to me. I say I'll make you proud. I'll make this worthy of your time and of your effort. Just get out of here safe and make sure that water gets to the people that need it. Now go! And I point my sword at Drake.
I go.
All right. So Drake pulls out his sword, and he has a very crude facsimile of the family sword.
Shocking.
It's not anywhere near as beautiful and ornate and sharp.
Yeah. He probably has sword envy right now, I would imagine. Mine's
He
better.
does feel a little insignificant, yeah. A little tiny. Okay, so with NPC combat, it works very much the same. You can still do like your putting conditions and everything, and they can do the same to you. So
okay,
we're gonna roll off, and whoever rolls the highest will go first. Let me just get to where combat actually is in the book, because I keep flipping, and I think I flipped past it.
Question.
do ahead.
I mark off a string now, or what do I do?
If you used a string to support like you did, I would say that was emotional support. So, Iris, if you have a condition, you can remove it. If you do not,
great.
I'll give you like a 1 condition buffer.
Okay.
So if Drake gets like a condition to put on you, you have a buffer of 1.
Okay.
Now, what can happen when you're fighting an NPC is you can be subdued. Not killed, but subdued. And that occurs when you receive all 5 conditions.
Okay.
Conversely, you can do the same to him.
Okay.
Okay, let me just get to the...
So I'm just trying to basically fight by giving him a condition, and then we like contest it.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Gotcha.
Getting distracted.
Is that our support frog, Maggie?
Emotional support frog. Oh.
Yes!
He's
Okay.
remaining safe and vigilant.
So you're gonna roll daring or grace, whichever you prefer,
Okay.
and we will roll off essentially,
Yeah.
and whoever gets the highest goes first.
Ooh. I got a 10.
I got a 3.
Yes.
So I don't
Lucky
even get to
great.
do anything for this round of combat.
Wow.
Yeah. So you said you got a 10?
Yes.
All right, so you can choose 3. And we're going to skip that because I rolled under. What are the 3? Okay. So you can flirt or provoke your opponent to gain a string on them. Through violence or cutting words, inflict a condition. Create an opportunity for your allies through prowess or distraction. Or take an object from your opponent / seize a superior position.
Okay,
you
I'm
can
gonna
choose
inflict
3
a
of those.
condition.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna inflict a condition. I'm
Okay.
going to make him angry.
Okay.
I'm going to give my allies a chance to get away by causing a distraction, which is this fight.
Okay.
But I'm specifically with that, I'm gonna kind of make him turn his back on them and face me squarely.
Okay.
And then, sorry, I keep forgetting these.
No, that's okay.
Can you just list the names real quick?
Flirt or provoke. Inflict a condition, which you've already done. You're creating an opportunity for your allies to escape.
Yep.
Or you can take an object / seize a superior position.
Right. Okay, I'm going to provoke him then.
Okay. Which works actually really well with the creating an opportunity for your allies, so that's perfect. So
Yeah.
he is currently angry, which gives him a -2 to try and figure you out.
Okay.
Alright, so he clashes swords with you, and he grits his teeth, and he's very, very angry. And I gave you everything, Iris. Mal gave you everything.
Yes. And? It wasn't enough. If I learned anything from you, it was to keep reaching and keep pushing and always be the best that I can be. Which is what I'm doing here with the rebels.
Alright, so the rest of you, what you can do is you can flee. You can choose to fight any of the sort of like periphery, just in sort of background aesthetic. Or you could also defy disaster, which would assist Iris.
Could I... Okay. I'm trying to understand what this means.
Okay.
So it says a fated day approaches. Whenever you miss an opportunity to make progress towards your destiny, choose one. Hold on, I'm just gonna copy and paste it.
Okay.
We'll just know when it goes off. We'll just know. I don't understand how it works, cause brain small.
Brain small.
Mm-hmm.
The approaches.
Also, I have this one that I checked off. And the other ones don't apply. I don't know if this would be a help me situation.
I think this would be help me, because they're basically trying to ensure that you escape,
Yeah.
because you're the face of the rebellion.
Mm-hmm.
The face and the
So-
tits.
Yes. Would Iris then mark an XP?
Yes, Iris would mark an XP for that.
Oh, great. That's my third one.
That's your third one? Okay,
They're
perfect.
leveled up.
So you can increase a stat by 1, or take another move from your playbook.
Okay.
Did Galilee and Christine catch up with us now?
Not yet.
Okay.
You're still commanding Icarus to Ratatouille Galilee.
Yeah, that's fine. It just when Galilee gets down to where this fight is happening is when I want to do something. So
okay, noted. All right, have you picked one, Iris? Are you good to go for the second round?
Yeah, I'm good to go.
Okay, roll off.
All right. Is it daring again or whatever? I choose
Daring or
again?
grace, yeah.
That's an 11.
Nice. Okay, so you get
Nice.
3 again.
Okay.
And I actually did get a 7. So I also get to apply one of the conditions to you. Or choose one of the things to do to you.
Okay.
So he is going to try to put on a condition, but you have the 1 buffer, so you're good. So you
Does
can
anybody not have a string on me right now?
I have strings on you.
I believe I ran
Everybody-
out of strings on you.
I don't have one on you.
Oh shoot.
I,
Okay.
I used them all.
I could have done a playbook move, but that's fine. Okay. So he's gonna give me a condition.
Yep.
Which one?
But you have the buffer, so you don't take one this round.
Oh right. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, I give him the frightened condition.
Okay.
I continue to engage him or provoke him, I mean.
Mhm.
And then I just keep doing the same thing. I also make sure that he's still distracted because I can see that my friends are trying to get away.
All right. Friends, what are you guys doing?
I'm definitely not trying to run away. I want to say that I 100% want to join in this fight. Because I have a personal, I hate this guy kind of energy towards him and really want to end him. I want to say that maybe I turn towards both Veda and Izala with looks of like, you guys need to stay back. This is my business. And I'm ending this today. And I want to turn and I want to like purposefully transform into my beast form
Okay.
as I step forward
All
with
right.
my sword drawn.
So you gain a level of feral because you're leaning into the beast.
Yes.
And you can go ahead and roll with the next round. What are the rest of you doing?
Waiting for my squirrel.
So I feel like at this point I would try to defy disaster.
All right. And what are you trying to do to defy disaster?
So basically, I just want to diffuse the situation and be like, look, we can talk about this diplomatically. It doesn't have to come to blood being drawn. Nothing. We can put our swords away. We could talk this out. You know, trying to just like calm everybody down, like make it less bad.
Okay. So go ahead and roll a heart check. And if you are focused more on Drake or Iris and you have strings on them, you can add a +3 and use one.
Okay.
Just let me know which one you're doing.
I actually rolled an 11, so I might hang on to my strings.
Sure, that's fine. So you kind of step forward and put your hands up like Chris Pratt in the Jurassic Park movies, just talking to the raptors. And you easy,
So great.
easy. We don't have to fight. Please don't bite my face off. And
That's great.
Drake immediately looks at you and his eyes are filled with just absolute anger and rage. Izala, stay out of this.
So, there would definitely be fear in my eyes, but otherwise, you couldn't tell that I was intimidated by him.
Mhm.
But I definitely would be a little bit, like, internally.
Okay.
And I'd be like, This is something I just can't stand down upon. Please just consider talking it out.
Okay. So, because you are defying your conviction, you're going to take the frightened condition.
Okay.
And that
Question.
that gives you a -2 on fight.
Question.
Answer.
How many times can I use a move from a playbook?
Pretty much every round. Unless it
Okay.
says otherwise.
When is the next round? I don't know how this works.
Just starting now.
Okay.
So, Lustra and Iris, go ahead and roll your d6s for Daring or Grace.
A 9. Can I use my playbook move on this, Aphi? So it's called Who's the Monster? When you expose the hypocrisy of someone who is supposedly virtuous, roll a number plus your daring to have something happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I'm gonna do this to Izala. I'm like, Izala, I know this isn't what you want. You must see how Drake is treating this country. This cannot be what you want. I know that you're better than this. You have to choose a side, you have to choose now, or it's gonna end badly for all of us.
I can't choose.
So for this, I rolled a 10, which a 10 plus means I gain a string on them, and I also get to choose one of these actions.
Mm-hmm.
So the wrongness of their act is exposed to all. They mark XP if they change their mind, and if they don't, they must attack or take a condition.
Okay.
My words sting and they take a condition, or I impress somebody else and get a string. So I'm going to choose the first one, that they can choose whether or not the wrongness of their act and change their mind, basically, if they want. And if not, then I attack them or give them a condition. So now's your moment, Izala.
Well, I think that we could just talk it out. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I wouldn't be here if I thought that you were.
I give her the guilty condition.
Okay, so you
Absolutely.
have the currently
There's
frightened...
no way you can support this monster.
Yeah,
After
frightened
all
and guilty.
this.
All right.
Okay.
So you're also going to take another tradition, Izala. Another tradition level. So I think that brings you up to 2.
Yeah.
Okay. So just keep in mind as well that you can call on a toxic power, which would be the president, and you can use it to temper his wrath if you want.
Okay.
That is something you can do with your tradition, and that would lower it by 1. All right, Lustra,
Can
roll?
Never mind.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, can I do that now, or do I wait till next time?
It would have to be the next round, just because you've had a condition afflicted and you weren't technically in like the rotation.
Yeah, absolutely, totally fair.
Lestra?
Sorry, my cat's being so cute right now. Oh my god.
Wombat, stop being a distraction.
Wombat, we're in
like,
combat.
Plopped over. She's just like, oh no, my belly's exposed. And I'm just like, oh. Okay. I rolled a 12.
Okay, so you are jumping into the fray. All right, so you can choose 3. Either flirt or provoke the opponent, inflict a condition, create an opportunity, or take an object / seize the superior position.
I want to try to take. Can the object be like his sword, and just try to like wrestle it out of his arms?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I want to attempt that.
Okay, you do that without issue because I rolled a 7. So.
Okay. Yeah, and I just try to throw it as far away as I can. And I want to invoke a condition.
Okay.
Trying to find where they are.
He's already angry and frightened, so what's left is guilty.
Oh
Hopeless.
Hopeless,
Hopeless and
and
insecure.
Insecure. Thank you. I was stuck on the insecure one.
I want him to be insecure because
Okay.
that's what I was earlier. And I want him to feel like
And it was his fault.
he's not gonna win this. It was, yep, this
So you
is
wanna-
all on him.
Okay.
Bully him.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'll say because you took his sword and invoked a condition on him, you've taken the superior position.
Yes.
So he is going to turn on you and he is going to snarl. It's not very
Bring it.
beastly, but he's pretty angry. And he is going to inflict the angry condition on you.
Alright.
Okay, roll again. Okay, what'd you get?
You won't believe me, but I rolled 2 6s. So I got
I
14
believe
total.
you.
I
Damn.
swear to God, I did that! I did it!
Good job. What'd you get, Iris?
Oh, I'm rolling again. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. While you're rolling, go ahead.
I got a 10.
10? Okay. Galilee, you and Christina emerge onto the foyer, and the entire time, Icarus is still leading you by your hair until you end up beside Veda, and he hops off your head and jumps into Veda's arms. You can see ahead of you that Iris, Lustra, and Drake are currently battling, and Lustra is full beast mode.
I want to try to, like, defy disaster.
Okay. So you can roll, we'll say daring. How are you trying to defy disaster?
I'm gonna kind of like approach Izala, and I'm gonna use a string to add 2, 3
Okay.
to that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's gonna be 15.
I think that is
Nice.
effective. And
Right.
what are you trying to do?
This isn't our fight. His fate should lie in the hands of the people that he's been cheating and killing and leaving out to dry. It's bigger than us. It's bigger than you.
I'm beginning to see that, but he is my family, and you know how deep family ties run. It may just so happen to be my fight.
Shit.
Shit!
Well, fuck you and your convincing argument. God damn it.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I think I made an oopsie.
Okay.
I meant to do it on Iris, not Izala. My
Oh,
bad.
okay.
I looked at the names again on the stream.
Names are
Okay,
so
that is no
similar.
problem. So, rewind.
Wow!
You run down and you end up in the foyer. Icarus jumps off your head and into Veda's arms.
Where I wanted him to go.
And you go to Iris to try and defy disaster. And you say, "It's not our fight."
What? Of course this is our fight. This is why we're here. We're here to support Jazz and to help get this water to these people. How can you not be siding with us right now?
How does the crowd look?
For the most part, since the castle is still making a lot of uncomfortable noises that castles should not be making, they are evacuating at haste. A couple of them are still standing around. Some of the guards are watching, and the guards are mainly watching to make sure that none of you enter the fray as well, more than anything. But even they're looking a little apprehensive.
I am 100% on your side. But us dying in here with him, first of all, is not going to help anybody. But justice needs to be at the hands of the people that he mistreated and abused. I understand your connection, I do. But he has committed atrocities that he needs to seek justice for. And you are not going to give the people that.
Okay. I think I'm gonna do my playbook move, make it right. So I allow myself to be vulnerable to someone I hurt in my past, and then they get to choose one on me. If I disengage, they gain a string on me. If they lash out, I stagger. They can guide me, and they mark XP and give you a task to help make amends. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. So you get XP and give me a task to help make amends.
I think we should tie him up and kind of present him to a crowd of very angry people.
Okay, I think you're right. My battle rage is like subsiding a little bit, and I sheath my sword. I point it at him one more time, and I say, "This is your lucky day, Drake." And then I like sheath my sword. Yeah, let's tie him up, and then let's get the fuck out of here.
Wait, what did I miss? I want to murder him. No! Murder!
Gala, right. Gala got XP to help me make amends.
Boo.
Hey, I'm just saying, let the people kill him. We don't have to.
As
Yeah.
Iris disengages and kind of sneers at Drake, Lustra, what are you doing?
I want to kill him.
Okay. So stepping back and preparing for the next volley.
Can I intervene?
Sure.
On Lustra, like if she looks like she's gonna actually go for the kill.
Okay, well
Now that I can see.
hang on to that.
Yep.
Because Galilee, because you rolled exceptionally well with your Defy Disaster, the choice is taken out of your hands. The castle, the fortress continues to rock and sway, and you can hear the cavern, the rushing of water, and then stones begin to fall down the staircase. And then bigger stones, and then rocks, and then whole boulders, support stones.
Time to go.
The fortress is coming down on you. The guards, they hightail it out of there, abandoning their positions, their weapons, anything that will not help them move faster. What are the rest of you doing?
I grab Izala's hand and I yank her towards the door and I say, "Let's go. We gotta get out of here." And I start running.
Lustra.
I have my sword in Drake's back, pushing him out the door.
Oh.
He resists.
Plunge it in. Fine.
So as the rest of you are
Fine, if
rushing out the
wanna die,
door,
you can die.
you
Basically,
turn
is
back
what's
to make sure the rest of your party is there, and you see this matte black blade suddenly shiny and red as it's rammed through the president's chest cavity. His eyes are wide, and then they start to close, and he slumps forward as the blade is removed.
What the fuck, Ellie? You just gave me this whole speech about how we were supposed to like keep him alive.
I didn't want to give him a chance to run. I kick his body in this cavern and I'm out.
Let me kill him.
He can go down. He can go down with it.
All right. Everybody's leaving the fortress?
Yeah, I grab Lustra and start pulling her
Where's
towards
my
the door.
wife? Where's my wife?
Christine is there. She grabs your hand immediately and says, I love you. And then keeps running with you.
Where's Jazz?
I don't know. Maggie, where's Jazz?
You muted.
Jazz has absconded as they were told, and from the outside, they're trying to make sure that people are away from the exploding building.
It's a good
Just
thing.
telling them to run, basically, get away. You'll understand soon why, as the castle keeps rumbling.
Yeah.
And water begins to spurt from the walls.
Yeah. Jasmine, you don't even have to mention why, because even as you're outside on the front staircase, you can see down into the town. The river that was once just sort of this decorative thing is now gushing, flooding. It is so much larger than what it was before. Houses are being pulled away. It's heading for the walls and crashing against the walls, and you can start to hear the rumbling of more stone from the distance rather than just directly behind you.
Flood?
Maybe your name is Noah. I don't know.
Noah, there's no chance about that.
So everybody rushes out. The president is left dying or dead as the fortress continues to crumble. The walls at the edges of the town are crumbling and falling away, allowing the water to flow freely towards a long, dry lake bed.
I think that this is
downhill.
just there was crumbling infrastructure and was actually supposed to fuck.
Well, there were whole plans about the crumbling infrastructure and structural damage that, just didn't fly. But heading out of the citadel, once the water settles enough that you feel safe walking through it, you feel accomplished. And some of you feel maybe that love and happily ever afters are right around the corner for you.
An
Feel
all-star.
kind of shitty. Feel kind of bad.
All-Star by Smash Brothers starts playing.
Hey, now, you're an
Wedding to
all-star.
plan.
Which game on play?
Imagine.
Yeah.
I definitely want to make sure that I take the time, though, going to Azala and apologizing for... I know I put you in a lot of very uncomfortable situations, and I chose not to recognize that, and I am sorry.
That's okay. No worries. And I would just like to point out that Iris grabbed my hand as we were leaving, and I never let go.
Oh,
Aww. That's good.
so you're still holding my hand. That's sweet.
Yeah.
Aww.
I'll allow.
I'll allow
Well,
it.
Oh, so cute.
If you'd let me.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you.
I'm
So
happy.
gay, y'all.
Yeah.
You're so
Well, I hope everybody enjoyed the second shot of Thirsty Sword Lesbians. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. Last chance to enter the subtle gay dice thing by entering gay agenda in chat. And I also have the big prize as well that will allow you to win stickers and a whole bunch of other shit. Stuff from HamPod, Hammer the Gods podcast, stuff from the Vactaire, including a really cool Pride mug. And yeah, there's lots of shit that you could win. Alrighty. So I'm going to draw that now.
Jeez.
getting it.
All right, Insane Joker, you got the subtle gay dice. And I need you to
Nice.
pick either
Yay.
white or
Stop.
green, because we're going to throw in the Gecko's Media swag bag as well. So white or green. my pen go? There it is. Green, please. All right. If you can just message me either on Discord or Twitch the address that I can send that to, that would be great. Subtly gay and green. All right, and one more giveaway, which is the big giveaway for the Hammer of the Gods merch, the Gecko's Media white, and some mugs and stickers and dice and a bunch of other shit that I have to give to people. So this is for anybody who donated to our charity. Just shy of our $600 goal, but we hit our original one of 500, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Ah.
All right, I'm rolling it.
Hey, Pasta, what's up?
Alrighty. Looks like Madison won, so that is
Yeah.
Radisson Madison.
Yeah.
Yay, Maddie.
Which means I don't have to mail it, I can just drop it off at her house.
There you go.
Oh, that's so cute.
Except for the Hammer of the Gods stuff. That'll have to be mailed. But I will let her know. So thanks everybody for joining. Thank you so much to the players. If you guys want to go around real quick and tell us who you are, where we can find you. Kayla and Keisha, since you are my cohorts on this and you got me into DMing it for you or gaming it for mastering it for you. I don't know. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm Kayla, part of the Potions Potpourri podcast with my partner Keisha here. Mostly you can find us on Instagram and TikTok, but if you don't already know, we are a Dungeons & Dragons variety podcast where we just talk about Dungeons & Dragons and now other TTRPGs. So we're cool gal pals that just hang out and chat. Come find us and chat with us.
Alrighty. Becky.
Hi, I'm Beats by Becky. I am a D&D streamer. Sometimes when I don't have the spoons for D&D, I play Fortnite terribly. You can follow me on TikTok at Beats by Becky and on Instagram at There and Back Again with 2 N's at the end.
Okay. Okay. No.
So sorry, I thought you said okay.
That's okay. How dare you have a regular name?
Yeah. I'm Kay from Hammer of the Gods. Believe I'm most active on Instagram. POD.
You're cutting out, huh?
Oh goodness. Okay, get closer. I forgot to lick the keyboard. So, they have a merch store that just came out recently. What is it? hampod.com/store, maybe? I don't have it in front of me. I'm using my phone. All of the information's on my phone.
Don't worry, get it
but
for
yeah,
you.
you can listen to Hammer of the Gods wherever you get your podcasts. And yeah.
Maggie?
Hi, I'm Maggie /Hollowize. You can find me as Hollowize, HOLOIZE on TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, which I am not very active on. You could also find me on Instagram at Hollow Disaster because I couldn't get Hollowize. A fault of branding. But I play in the Voctaire on Mondays and Fridays. And besides that, you can see me floating nebulously around the internet.
That's true. Can confirm. Artemis?
Yeah, so I'm Artemis, and I'm here all the time. I do most of our social media and all that fun stuff. I run our game on Friday, playing Aphi's game on Monday, and lots of other stuff at the moment. And yeah, I'm just always here.
Yep. And I'm DM Aphi. I run the Vactaire with Agni, though he's been a real slacker recently, so it's been just me. I hope he's
Ooh, call him
listening
out.
so I can talk shit about him to his face, which I
Throat
do anyway. You can find me here or at Aphi the DM on socials. And yeah, I will keep the Pride merch in the shop until or August 1st, or in July, August 1st. And the stuff for that will go directly to the Trevor Project as well. After that, it will be gone until next Pride. Maybe we'll have different stuff. I don't know. Depends on how much I focus and hyperfixate. But thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. Thank you so much for the donations and just watching it and enjoying this different system from D&D. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm sure we'll play it again. Maybe I will get somebody else to be the game master this time. Because it's a lot. But stick around for the raid, and we will see you on Friday. Bye.
Good night. Thanks again.
Bye.
Late again.
Oh.